Okay, it is recording. So, Brian, whenever you're ready.
Cool. All right, so it's been a little while, so I figure it would be a good idea to have a little refresher before we go on. Does anybody want to try their hand at a recap?
I would love a recap.
Anyone say yes yet?
I don't think so.
I said I would love to hear a recap, but I don't know that I can offer one.
Can effectively do it.
I'll go if nobody else wants to.
Go, Joe.
I can help you fill in the blanks, Joe. I just thought one of us should do it.
Okay, so we all met at a lecture that was put on by a professor who thought that he was being targeted by some mysterious men of indeterminate race or country origin.
It's Turkish.
Brown people of some sort.
Brown folks.
Yeah. So that man
Good
was
climate for that.
That man was later burned badly while his home was burned down.
Yep.
Because he took off in a car on his own like an idiot. We have been tasked by this professor, whose name I don't remember.
Professor Julius Arthur Smith.
Thank you. By Professor Smith to go on a train and gather some artifacts to stop these. Yeah, I know. These men of indeterminate, I guess Turkish men, I guess. Yeah, okay. These Turkish men from gathering artifacts and doing something bad.
So Smith has, in his burnt state, tasked everyone with finding the pieces of an ancient statue called the Sedefkar Simulacrum. The pieces are scattered across Europe, and the statue has some sort of, sorry, cat's biting me, some sort of mystic power of some kind. You don't really know what it does or where the pieces are, but he gave you some leads. I went ahead and wrote down, we'll talk about it in a second, but I went ahead and wrote them down for you, so you guys should all have that available to you on Roll20 now. So yeah, so all that happened. He tested with that. Last time, you guys did some supplementary investigating around London. We returned to Professor Smith's little hovel that he was renting with his valet Beddoes, only to find that there was an irascible Irishman there instead. We went to the scene of one crime where a Turkish man named Makriat had been killed and skinned. If you remember, and you should still have access to a newspaper clipping describing two other such crimes. One, three men apparently with identification claiming that they were Mehmet and Makriat were killed and then different parts of them skinned, one in the face, one in the arms, one in the legs. We also liaisoned with, Zelda got picked up by the police and questioned for a while.
That's right.
Yeah, because she impeded an opening.
I mean, not intentionally, or did I do it intentionally? I can't even remember.
Yeah, it was pretty intentional.
A lot of fights with a lot of folks.
Yeah. We also went and talked to an Inspector Fleming, who is the lead investigator on the Makriat case, and he agreed to share information with us as long as we shared information with him. Or you guys shared information with him. I say we.
Yes.
I think that was most of like the relevant information that we found out. There was another newspaper headline that we're not going to worry about. We're just going to skip right over. You guys decided to wait a couple of days and head for your next destination, which is Paris. And I think that's all of the relevant background. Can anybody think of anything else?
So we're just now getting on the train?
You have been given by Beddoes 4 first-class tickets aboard the Simplon Orient Express.
Okay.
The Express leaves from Paris, and you are currently in London, or you were currently in London.
Mhm.
So you have to make it to Paris first. And I have a whole thing like detailing, but I think that's all the background, unless anybody has anything else.
I don't have anything. Do you guys?
No, that sounds.
Triple. Wait, so you said we do or do not need newspaper 3?
You don't worry too much about it.
So don't
Don't-
read it yet.
You should have already read it last time. Katie, remember you weren't. You couldn't.
Oh, that's right. I couldn't see it. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, we won't worry about it too much. That was a subplot that we sort of just skipping over.
Okay.
So on the morning of Sunday, the 7th of January, 1923, your party boarded a train bound for Dover on the coast of England. The train ride takes about 2 hours as you barrel through the English countryside. If you look out the windows, you can see frost covering the ground of various farms and country estates. In Dover, you are immediately ushered onto a ferry bound for Calais, which is a city in the north of France. As you leave the port in Dover, if you turn back, you can see the famed alabaster cliffs jutting up from the froth. Stunningly beautiful and at the same time very perilous. The sea is choppy, and as such, the ferry ride takes a couple hours. It is well into the afternoon when you finally arrive at port in Calais. You follow contingents of passengers from the ferry to the train station where you await another hour before boarding. You now find yourself in the salon car of a train bound for Paris. Several tables outline the car, and in one corner is a small bar where a white-suited bartender takes orders. Sitting at the bar is a tall, red-headed, and bespectacled young man. In the corner opposite the bar is a man attempting to sleep with his head against the window and his hat covering his face. A young couple sits at a nearby table talking softly and giggling with one another. At this opportunity, it's probably a good idea, and if you'll notice in Roll20, I have posted something that just says journal.
Okay.
And that is, I basically wrote out all of the details from what Dr. Smith told you guys.
Oh, thank you, Brian.
The people to look up, the places to go to find different pieces of the statue. Because I know that was kind of a lengthy thing, and there were a lot of names and stuff. So I wrote all that down. Everybody should have access to be able to edit this journal. And so I think it would be a good idea, at the very least, to, if names or places come up and you don't want to take personal notes, we can take notes in your communal journal. That way, anything that gets entered there, whenever you guys get back together, you will all have access to that information. That way we don't have to go through these like, hey, by the way, this thing, you know.
Yeah.
We don't have to go through the conversation of like you guys telling each other stuff that just happened. There's also a pretty significant possibility that one or some of you might die over the course of this. In addition to just having a repository where we can take notes as like a practical exercise, it is good to maybe in character also have people taking notes that you can leave behind for new characters to discover.
All right.
Just in case any of you actually die.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I didn't like. I was like rereading bits and pieces of it, and they said that during playtesting, like by the end, like the mortality rate was like 70% in this one. So there's a pretty good chance that some of you are gonna die.
Shit.
So yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So yeah. So, I thought it would make sense for Dickie to be taking notes, seeing as that is his profession.
Yeah.
If any of the rest of you would see, if any of the rest of your characters would also see fit to keep a journal or log of some kind, then we can say that you are also keeping the same set of notes, and I'm fine with that.
Obviously, it's going to be a little hard for me to document right now.
Oh no, yeah. I mean, like in character.
Okay.
We can say that you are taking notes.
Okay. Understood. Thank you.
Yeah. That's like I said. Basically, everything we write down in that journal handout, we can say you are also writing down in personal notebooks, and that way we don't have to worry about, like I said, having those conversations and stuff later.
Right.
That will just make it easy, and all that information will be there. So that is open to anybody who wants to write in it. If you want me to write something down in it because it's easier if I do it, then that's fine too. But I've written down at least most of the stuff that was pertinent, so that you guys have it.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
So while you are sitting in the salon car, it might also be a good idea for us to sort of take an inventory of what you have brought with you. Some of you left your homes. Katie, you are already on vacation, so to speak.
Right.
Joe, same thing. But those of you who left your houses, you have what, a bag, probably?
Yeah.
So it might be a good idea to now sort of come up with what your character would have brought with you. So that way we have a sense of what you do and do not have.
Okay.
Anything that would be reasonable is fine. Anything that would fit in like a single suitcase, I'm okay with, as long as it's in character. Dickie, you obviously have a gun. If anybody brought equipment, like Joe, if you brought your disguise kit too, which I assume you would.
I think that, I obviously brought changes of clothes.
Sure.
I guess
outside of like your obvious personal belongings, any like things that any equipment or anything your character might have thought would have been useful.
Yeah.
probably I think it's in my character's backstory. Let me find bio and info. It's not there. I probably brought like my father's sextant or something.
Okay.
I seem to remember I had something to do with navigation.
Sure. Okay.
And probably my mother's rosary, since I was raised Catholic, but I'm not actively practicing. She would hate if I were to actually not have it with me.
Sure.
Let's see. Oh, and let's see. My treasured possessions of a medallion necklace given to me by my mom. And then let's see.
I'm mostly thinking about
Like, do I
equipment
have
that
a
might
gun?
be used later on. Yeah, that kind of thing. Any like, doesn't have to be like weapons. Obviously, it can be tools of some kind. Things that might have a use later. Because I'd rather have that stuff be in character now, and rather than us go like, oh, I probably have this thing, right?
Yeah.
Brian, could I have like since my language is pretty high. Could I have like some kind of Rosetta Stone kind of thing that would help me with language translation? I don't know. I'm just like throwing it out there. Not the actual Rosetta Stone.
She's got a computer. She's got a laptop.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
You
could have. No.
Okay, no. I thought that was the wrong time period. That's why I was like, what would I have carried in the
various translation dictionaries would have existed. So if you want to have a translation dictionary for a particular language, you can do that.
But I can't have like a kind of magical...
A catch-all one? No.
Yeah.
You have to be specific.
I thought I could ask, you know.
You could have an Italian English dictionary. You could have a French English dictionary. Those both might be useful. Those were so. I don't know if you can see this. Katie couldn't see this. Can you see the map? The route map?
No.
Don't.
Oh, good. It's not me. Can anyone see it?
It's like it should just be like the background to the thing.
No. Are we on the?
Okay, good. It's not just me.
Do you have the?
Oh,
wait, I see. I see how you're clicking into something, but we've got the fog of war on.
See, I tried to turn that off, and it says it's not on.
So you have to like drag like a box around it to reveal area.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. It says the fog of war feature isn't currently turned on for this page, so hiding or revealing areas will have no effect.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, because so I can't.
Black box.
Okay. Yeah, I was trying to figure out why. Maybe if I like reveal it and then like maybe I have to turn it on first or something.
How about you create a new page and drag the player's icon to the new page, and then you come back to this page and you edit it. You know what I mean?
Kind of.
So when you hover your bar up, you can get new pages.
Yeah, and that's I have like 5 or 6 pages up there, and like I got the one to where I get it.
Yay!
Oh, I see it.
Now we're good. I see the player thing. That's what it was.
Okay.
You guys were on a page that does have fog of war.
Right. Okay. Cool. Yay! I'm useful.
Yeah. Okay. I get it now. Okay, it's kind of hard to see because I think the like original color one, there's like different gradations of like you can tell which ones. But the train route we're taking goes from Paris down to Bern through Zurich. No, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one. It goes from Paris to Lausanne to Milan through Venice, Trieste. Do you see that one?
Yeah. I see that.
Yeah, so that is the route you are taking. So it will take us through France, into Italy, and then into
Venice,
Serbia. Yeah, and then through, I think we go down into Bulgaria, and then to Constantinople at the end, which is in Turkey.
There's a song about Constantinople, I think.
It's been a long time gone, Constantinople. So yes, that is the route you're taking, and you would know that going into it. So again, if you wanted to plan for a translation dictionary, I'm totally fine with that. If you want to pick like one of those languages, that might be helpful.
Okay.
I mean, I would probably pack for like if it's going to be cold, like just practical clothing. That's all I can think of, really.
It's currently January, so it is pretty chilly.
Yeah, practical clothing. I don't know that I would carry a gun, even though I can use a gun.
Sure.
And I can't think that I would actually like carry like bar supplies with me. So
probably not.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I was like, is there something that? Probably like a utility knife that like functions as a corkscrew and bottle opener. I would probably have that.
That makes sense. If I remember right, too, your character like fiddles around with like herbal stuff too. It might be reasonable for you to have like a first aid kit or something like that.
That's right. I do remember that. Because I was trying to fiddle around with chemistry and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So probably I have like a first aid kit.
Yeah, I'm fine with you taking any of that kind of thing.
Yeah, I'll stop there. A first aid kit, a corkscrew, wine opener that I happen to have right on me.
Perhaps.
So yeah, I'm already in character, guys. I'm so ready for all these train mysteries.
Yeah.
Ebenezer, would your character bring anything? Or would Ebenezer bring anything, I guess?
Yeah, I think I would bring whatever the era-appropriate version of a Rolodex is with my personal contacts, business contacts, political
I like
shots.
how Adam's face is just like all dark.
Backlit,
You
yeah.
can't see it's like it's like those videos that they show of like interviews.
Man of mystery.
Voice changer for you.
So yeah, the little black book of sorts with all my various contact names, phone number type information.
Okay, that makes sense.
Then also character-based, I'd have a Russian dictionary, but I don't know how handy that's going to be on this particular route. So
it might when you get closer to Constantinople. You never know who would have. I mean, there's a pretty. Seeing as Russian is one of the few accents I could do pretty serviceably, there's a pretty good chance that you'll meet a Russian person.
Yeah, so that, and then a significant sum of cash. I don't know if I need to. I've already specified that, or if it'll just be based on.
No, yeah, that'll just be based on your credit rating.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need cash money.
Yeah, everybody has an appropriate amount of cash.
Okay.
Put it that way.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, this system doesn't really worry too much about like money. You all have like an amount of money. You can just be like, here you go.
Yeah.
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 You don't have to like keep track of it. It's just.
We also need 17 blocks of cheese. Cheese wheel in our inventory.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously you guys don't have to worry about like food or any of that stuff because all that's taken care
Wait,
of.
could I bring a cat? Could I bring a cat?
A cat? Oh my god.
Are you people still talking about what you packed?
Yes, we are still talking about what we packed. I don't know that it. I mean, if you think it would be reasonable that you brought a cat from America to England and then are continuing to bring it with you.
I mean, they didn't have the same kind of quarantine laws back then. I bet, like, if you were of a certain class, you could just bring your cat.
Yeah, I will say that it's probably likely that first class passengers were allowed animals.
Yeah.
I don't think that would be prohibitive. It's just if you think that's a thing that you did.
I mean, I'm throwing it out there, you know, in theme with today. I mean,
I'm fine with that if that's what you want to do, but
I think
you've got to keep up with that cat then.
Yeah, I gotta come up with a whole cat character. And,
yes.
I'll warn you.
He's going to die in the first round.
No.
Yeah, despite my affinity for felines, this is a horror-themed game. So.
No, I know. Okay, it could be like Danther 2 or something.
Oh my god, Danther! Oh my god,
Yeah, that,
like a little black cat, like Danther Jr.
Okay. I'm fine with that.
Okay, all right, I like it. So he's with me. He travels.
Okay.
And he walks
good.
on a leash too. I feel like I need to mention that.
it's a great legacy
He doesn't carry bodies away by himself. He's on a leash, and he's very.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm crying.
All right, Joe, what would you have brought?
Junior or Danther 2? Which one's better?
Junior.
The second, because you're a hoity rich lady in the 30s.
Yes,
Right,
Esquire.
Danther the second.
Danther Esquire.
He's not a fucking lawyer.
Yes, And he has a bow tie too. Also, important detail.
No,
Yeah,
that is beyond the realm of realism there.
Because I hide things. There's like a really, I don't know. He's gonna also
No one would have done that.
I'm sorry.
Pack that I can put things in.
Brian, I'm sorry I bred this.
Good Lord. Yeah, no, he doesn't. That was not a thing.
He can't
No, he does not have a cat fanny pack. That's not a thing.
Come on.
Joe, what did your character bring?
Clothes, a journal, brass knuckles, a pistol,
okay,
and a package that I will text message to you that I think would be relevant to his life.
Yep.
Did you have your disguise kit? I know Brian mentioned something about a disguise kit potentially.
Hey, mind your fucking business.
Okay.
I also have a disguise kit. God damn it.
But you definitely had one at the hotel because we used it. So
yeah,
it definitely exists.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Also, yeah. Is Ebenezer still in disguise, or are we out of disguise now?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, me too.
I forgot about
Until
that.
I watched it earlier, and then I was like, oh yeah.
I'm gonna go out of disguise at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have safely left London at this point, so I feel like you're anonymous now. Okay. If nobody else has anything else,
I mean,
that works. I'll also let you guys, if you want to. What's up? Oh, a flask. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, you can just have that like in a breast pocket. Like that makes sense. Okay, so you guys are in the salon car. It's going to be about another hour until you reach Paris. Like I said, it's well into the afternoon at this point. It's going to be evening by the time you reach there.
okay.
Reach Paris. So the actual Orient Express doesn't leave for a while. This is you remember these train rides, they lasted a long time.
Right.
The expectation was these trips take a bit. So once you reach Paris, you'll have time.
Well, you said we're in a salon car with like there's a bar with like a couple and a guy in a white suit. Bartender.
Yeah, so at the so there's a small bar in the corner, and there's a bartender, like a white suited bartender there. There's a like a redheaded kid at the like sitting at the bar, and he's kind of like slumped against it. There's another guy sleeping in the corner, and then there's like a young couple kind of whispering to one another a couple tables over. And so you guys are sitting at one table, the four of you.
I'll offer to go get us another round of drinks.
Yeah.
Okay, so you walk up to the bar, and
can you get some water for Dancer? Just like a little cup of water for Dancer the second.
Oh my god.
Ryan, don't break up with me.
As these fools are doing their business, can I roll perception or the equivalent thereof to see if anyone is watching?
Yeah, it would be.
Walk around.
Yeah, it would be spot hidden.
Okay, give me 1 second. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to tell me. I can't. I've got one hand free here.
You're good. In fact, you're very perceptive. No, it doesn't look like any of the people in the room are staring at you in any way that seems suspicious. Like I said, the kid at the bar seems to be kind of in his own little world.
Yeah.
The guy in the back is genuinely sleeping. The couple seems just enraptured with one another.
Dumb.
Yeah, I agree. I'll order the drinks. I'll get some water, and I'll I guess attempt to strike up a conversation with the redhead. You know, be like, "Aye, why the long face there, lad?"
Oh, you know, just hold on. Let me get my my voice. Well, you see, I have to go back to school after this long weekend, so you know, I'm quite tired.
Oh, yeah, I guess you had a weekend of carouse in there, eh?
I wouldn't call it carousing, but you know, it was fine.
Oh, well, what are you studying in the academia?
Linguistics.
Oh, really? What kind of fancy languages are you speaking?
Well, obviously, I speak English. I speak French. I also hold on. I've forgotten what languages. Already forgotten things.
Sorry, Brian.
It's fine. I had it pulled up, don't I? I speak a bit of German and also read some Greek and Latin.
Ah, well, aren't you a fine learned fellow there?
Is that just what they call us? It's a Sorbonne.
I suppose so. Well, I guess if we're headed to Paris, so then do you study at the university in Paris, or which one?
Yes, the Sorbonne.
The which one?
It's a very popular university.
Ah, okay. Hi.
Well,
The
Sorbonne.
The Sorbonne. I can't say I've heard of it. I'm from up north.
Yeah, I can tell.
Ah, well then.
He
Well,
kind of looks away.
I guess I don't know. Like, I kind of want to cheer him up. Like, I want to, try to. I don't know. Like, I typically, like, if I'm on the other side of the bar, like, that's what I would try to do is like pep him up, So I'd be like, oh, can I buy you a drink to raise your spirits with a spirit there, eh? And I don't know, maybe is that like a charisma or?
Fucking nerd.
Fuck you.
You can give me a charm.
Okay, how do I do
or,
that?
Or no, you know what I'll say? For him, what's your credit rating?
My credit rating?
Pretty low, right?
It's 25.
Okay, that's not too bad. What do you buy him?
So he's a
French student.
I know. I'll offer to a drink of my own concoction.
Ooh.
Okay.
And I'll instruct I'll let the bartender in white know it's a favorite around the pony. It's called the Italian Surfer.
All right. Well, how do you make it?
You take equal parts of amaretto and rum, fill up with pineapple juice, and a spritz of a cherry.
Okay. So he follows your instructions and hands the drink over to the young man, who kind of looks at it.
It's a raise your spirits, lad. It's one last hurrah before you get back to class.
He sips. It's not bad. All right. It's not bad. He seems a little cheered up now. Yeah.
Yay! Okay.
He found that fun.
Okay. My job is done. I'm gonna take our drinks. I'll say, I say cheers to you, and I'll be best of luck in you and me.
Thank you, sir.
I'll take our drinks back.
Okay.
Oh, I guess I would have introduced myself. I'm sorry. Best of luck to you, sir. Connor is the name.
Grammy.
Quamey?
Remy.
Grammy. It's a
Grammy,
pleasure.
yeah.
It's a pleasure, Grammy. And I'll take our drinks back.
All right, you guys at the table. I don't know if you want to take a chance to kind of. We already recapped last time, but if you guys want to take a chance to like come up with a game plan.
For once we get to Paris.
Yeah.
Hold on.
We should.
Yellow Jacket fly into the room.
We should try and find a library or some sort of museum or expert in this field that we could touch base with.
A library, you say?
What do you guys think?
Yeah. I feel like I should know of a library or like a university library or something. I think that's something
I just met
Zelda. Go for it.
Oh, I just met a lad that goes to a university in Paris, and he is a linguistics student. Maybe he would be able to show us where the library is.
What language do you speak?
Yeah.
What's your...
Oh, he speaks French, German, English, obviously, and something else. I don't remember. Whatever you said, Brian.
Greek, Latin.
Greek and Latin. Oh, Greek and Latin. That might be useful for the simulacrum that we're looking for.
Speak a little louder. I don't think the people in the back heard
you. As you guys are sitting at the table talking, the door to the salon car kind of bursts open rather loudly, and there's kind of mid-50s guy, hat still on, kind of looks around the room a little bit, and then immediately walks up to your table and says, hold on, still trying to find my voices today.
I understand that feeling.
Yeah, like, oof. I was doing good earlier, and now I'm like losing it.
I really liked your university student / Werner Herzog. I thought it was really good.
See, again, he was supposed to be a French kid, and French is one of my better ones, and not keeping it together. I don't know what it is. Like, the second the camera goes on, it's like, nope, lost it.
I know what you mean, man.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. Let me find it.
Hey, Joe, look. Joe.
That's it.
Okay, good.
I'm very happy for you.
You should be, because it's my second bottle.
Sorry, hold on.
Geez, Andrew, I want to be invited to that party.
Right?
So the gentleman walks straight up to the table, and he says, well, good morning, everyone. Good to see you. And I think I've found my contingent of English ladies and gentlemen.
Contingent.
What are you calling English there, ma? I'm no Englishman.
Well, I can tell by your accent now that I'm hearing you. But that's fine. You're a citizen of the British Empire, and that's fine by me.
Oh, yeah. I'm just going to take a drink.
Please, I've been searching far and wide for some civilized conversation, and I have yet to find it.
Oh, civilized. I can show you civilized conversation.
Yes. Okay, so how about, good sir, you buy us a round of drinks and we'll show you some good civilized
I would be more than happy to. Oh, yes, please. Bartender, please, another round for the good, kind ladies and gentlemen at this table.
Do we have multiple
Alright.
ladies now?
Who are you?
The name is Humphrey Enderley. I am an insurance and I am a world traveler.
Humphrey.
Oh my god.
What kind of insurance?
Life insurance mostly, but my company branches into many different kinds. I am currently on a quest to deal with some property insurance issues.
Oh. In Paris?
In Constantinople, actually.
Ooh.
Oh.
So you boarded for a pretty long ride.
I'm in it for the long haul, I guess. When they need someone to go out for adventure, they find their man in Humphrey Enderley.
Can I tell what kind of like accent he is, or like where he's from?
It's supposed to be English, but
Okay. It's okay. I love it. I just wasn't sure if is he like earnest? Is he trying to like deceive us right now?
no. That is what his voice sounds like.
All right, got it. I don't trust insurance salesmen.
You know what? I'm sorry. I'm being a bad keeper. Give me a psychology roll.
Okay, I can do that.
Can more of us than just him do it? Because I'm not.
Yeah, if you want, it would be reasonable for. Yeah. If you want to.
All right, and then I don't know if I.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you guys cannot get a good read on this guy.
Oh, man.
He's you can't tell if this is just him or this is something he puts on. You got no clue.
All right. Wait, so what did he tell us already? He was looking for us specifically, or just
No.
Looking
he
for
just
some
wanted to-
lively, civilized conversation.
Englishman.
Dickie starts speaking Spanish after he says civilized conversation.
Oi.
Look, is this your first time heading to Paris?
Oh, I think I've been there a time or two.
I've been a load of times.
Oh, gee, really?
I'm constantly coming this way.
You constantly go there, you say?
I am there every few weeks. I'm in Paris. I'm again a seasoned world traveler.
Oh yeah, it's very apparent there, boyo.
Ask him if he knows any good museums.
Do you want me to? Like, are you whispering that to me, or like, are you asking him that?
Shit. Now I'm having Brian's problem. I can't. God. Okay. What's his name? Enderley.
Humphreys.
Humphrey Enderley.
Okay. Mr. Enderley. God damn it. Mr. Enderley, as a seasoned world traveler, might you have any suggestions? Yeah, okay. Might you have any suggestions of any good museums to hit up while we're in town for the day? Or however long it is we'll be there.
Good museums in town. Well, there's none finer than the Louvre. You've heard of that?
Oh, yes, of course.
Obviously, yes.
Obviously.
That's probably the best one.
What exhibit is currently showing? I'm trying to think of like.
Do we have documents that need translating? Like, are we in possession of any kind of books or notes or anything?
Other than our own, no.
Yeah, not anything that's not in English.
We have our newspaper clippings, and I have my note.
Yeah, and that was all in English.
Yeah.
So we would need less like translation and more like research.
I know. I've got a question. Is there any kind of historical Turkish stuff that's being displayed in a Paris museum?
Turkish stuff? Not that I know of, no.
I guess I'll have to wait till we get to Constantinople then.
Yes, that will be exciting, won't it? I'm quite looking forward to it. I haven't been to Constantinople before, and I'm thrilled at the chance.
Boy, we can all tell there. Well, what are you drinking there, lad?
Whiskey.
Of course.
Well, of course, there. I don't know. I guess I just strike up a conversation about whiskeys then, and like the different barrels and ages and shit. Like as a bartender, I can't like detail it right now, Brian, but
Sure.
yeah, I'll like that's what I would start.
This is fascinating.
Oh yes. Oh, whiskeys are quite a lovely beverage.
I agree myself.
Yes.
So what is that what brings you to town? What are you lot doing here?
I'm gonna look at Ebenezer and let you take point on this one as the diplomat.
We're quite the band of world travelers ourselves, you know.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, just enjoying this opportunity to get a glimpse of the beautiful English and French countryside. Looking for some opportunities in Paris to go see some statues. Are there any museums with good statues?
Museums with good statues. Well, I already mentioned the Louvre. That's a good one.
Of course.
As far as other statues go, I'm not quite sure. I'm not a good museum-going type.
What kind of attractions do you typically gravitate towards?
Oh, how about? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I like all the good ones. In Paris, I enjoy the Eiffel Tower. That's a fun thing to do. The Arc de Triomphe is nice.
How about the French Revolution? Is there anything predating that?
In Paris, lots of stuff.
Like
It's
what?
great.
What would be the most, economic thing for us to go and see, or iconic thing for us to go and see?
You can go see what's it called? The Bastille. That's nice.
Okay. Well, I'll add it to the list. I write on my notepad, Bastille. Underline it.
So what other sort of attractions are you looking for?
I tell them I'm interested in stuff predating the French Revolution.
My world history is not what it used to be. I'm not exactly sure what was built before then.
Well, neither am I. This is why I would like to explore it. I tell him, excuse me, I'm going to grab another drink. Pardon me.
Sure.
Gonna move away from him.
What kind of property dispute is he, or property issue is he going to deal with in Paris, or wherever the hell?
Well, I shouldn't be telling you this, mind you, but I'm going to Constantinople to see about ensuring some rare jewels.
God damn. Sounds very important.
It is important. I'm very excited.
What manner of jewels?
Well, I don't know yet. I'm not there.
Listen, smartass, I will kill you. That was out of character.
Have you ever heard something similar in Paris?
Yeah, were jewels on the list of shit we had to pick up?
I'm looking. Just statues,
Statue.
a piece in circulation, something lost during the Bulgarian War, valuables were hidden during the war, start of Belgrade Museum, look up John Winkelmann, who is the museum director, that's in Italy. And then, so I'm asking about like stuff prior to the French Revolution. That's because that would be in Paris.
The one thing you guys know about Paris is that oh man, now I've forgotten. The one thing you know is that one of the pieces of the statue used to be owned by a guy named Comte Fenelek, but that the entire statue was owned by someone named Comte Fenelek, but that the statue was lost sometime prior to the French Revolution.
Okay.
So sorry, I had to step out for a second. So the guy, the one who does insurance, is it
Humphreys.
like on estates, like the stuff that's in estates, or like the actual like homes and buildings, or what kind of insurance?
I'm gonna try and put her down for a nap, so if I speak, it'll be real quiet. But just go on without me for now.
He was saying that his company does all kinds of insurances, but you may have missed it. He's going to Constantinople to.
No, I got that.
Okay.
For jewels.
Yeah.
For jewels. Okay.
So like not necessarily property as in like buildings, but property as in like things people own.
Oh, okay. So we could ask him. Sorry, that's meta. Okay. So I'm gonna ask what's God, I forgot his name too. What's his
Humphreys?
name?
It's Humphrey.
It's like Humphrey Glengarry, right? Or Glen something like that.
Glengarry?
I don't know.
Glengooley.
It's Enderley. Enderly. Enderly.
Yeah. There's an E in it. There we go. Okay.
Yeah.
So my dear man Humphreys.
God
damn.
Yes.
Do you happen to know of items that may have been sold in estates that were owned by people who may have passed on that lived in France, like large statues that might have been on their estate?
Personally, no.
Do you know people who work in the statue business?
I mean, it would depend on. I certainly have contacts. It would depend on when the statue was sold. When the statue was sold, if it there would be records of it, obviously. If it was in fact insured.
Right. Does the name Comte Fenelek mean anything to you?
No, it doesn't.
I'm Humphrey.
Glengarry, Glenroy.
Edinburgh or something.
Enderly. Enderly. Enderly.
Oh my
Sorry.
God. In my defense, I do have a fever and I'm sick. I'm not very clever.
I'm sorry. I hope you feel better.
It's okay.
Like the whole time this guy's talking, the kid at the bar is like giggling to himself.
Yeah, I've gone back to the bar by now, and
he's like scoffing and like smirking under his
yeah, I've gone back to the bar, and I'm talking
under his breath. He's got snickering. That's what I was looking for. He's snickering under his breath.
I'm gonna tell. Oh man, damn it! Now I forgot his name. Grimley, right?
Remy, R-E-M-I.
Remy. I go to the other side, so like where Remy would be in between us and the table, and you know what I mean.
He looks at you,
and I'm be like, oh, can you believe this character? Hey,
this man, he's an idiot.
Oh, you're telling me. I don't know what his deal is, but I don't know. It's quite interesting, don't you think?
Yeah. He is one of your very silly British men.
Well, not one of my silly British men. I claim iron.
That is true. That is true. Yes.
Yes. But how's that drink treating you there, laddie?
It's quite nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Say, what?
Nothing.
Oh, say, I do have a question.
Of
Does
course.
your university, and you have to spare me because I'm not a learned man like yourself there, but I'm sure it has like a quite an extravagant library, does it not?
So, Kelly has one of the greatest libraries in the world.
Oh, okay. I was you see, me and
The Bibliothèque Nationale is a wonder to behold.
I would like to see it. I am very curious about the French Revolution and things that predate it.
All those important French records would be housed. God, I keep going German.
It's okay. I'm slipping out of my. I don't even know if I'm doing Irish. Like, it's bad. Adam, on a scale of 1 to Irish to oh my God, stop. What would it be?
I'd give it a 6.
Okay.
You're at a bad Liam Neeson impression. That's where you're. But yes, all of France's records from before the revolutions, they would be housed in the Bibliothèque Nationale.
Boy, I definitely would like to see it. Do you would you mind giving me some directions on how to get there?
But of course, I mean it's right off the Champs-Élysées. It's he gives you the directions. It's pretty close to like middle of like downtown.
Okay.
Paris. It's like down the street from the Louvre.
Okay. And spot on, but of course that was pretty good. I loved it.
But of course,
I say, I thank you kindly, and I'm very much obliged. And I, buy him another drink.
Thank you, kind sir. I will warn you, though. I'm not sure that you will have access. As a foreigner, it takes a couple of days.
Oh, well, it's such a pity. Would you happen to have access as a student? Oh, well then, I see. I've got such a curious mind, and we're on this train, and I'd really like to be able to get in. Don't you think that? I don't know. Would it be too much to ask if I could go in with you? And I'm trying to like schmooze him to get in.
Yeah. Give me a charm.
Got it. Connor Branson.
Sure.
Do you think it'd be too much to ask, sir? I really.
I would be more than happy to help in any ways that I can. However, I will warn you that you will not be able to go in with me. But if there are any records I can find for you, I would be more than happy to find them.
Well,
I can bring in. I think. I don't remember the guest policy, so we will have to see when we get there.
Absolutely, we could definitely check it out once we arrive. Bad.
I am slipping way into German, so no worries. He like gives you a little toast.
All right. Yay, Brian! I'm excited. Something good happened.
You guys did a thing.
I did.
All right.
I'm gonna shut up for a second, and I'm gonna stay at the bar, but I want to eavesdrop in on Humphreys and the rest of our party.
Humphrey, he continues to just talk and talk and talk about nothing, and like I said, after a while, you sort of fall into a pretty easy rhythm with this guy. Despite his quirks, he's pretty easy to talk to. At this point, you hear over the there's no intercom. At this point, the a man dressed in a blue uniform comes in and states that we are arriving in Paris in just 5 minutes. Please gather your things.
Wonderful. So,
All right, so you pull into the station at Paris, and
I want to wish the couple very well wishes on their what seems to be, I guess, honeymoon or whatever, and suggest to them a restaurant.
You are a complete fucking stranger to those people. You've not said one word to them.
You talk to the. I guess you address the gentleman, and he says, "Je suis désolé, je ne parle pas anglais."
And I'm like, I say something in French. I don't know French.
He kind of nods at you, and then
I just smile and nod, and I'm like,
yeah. He
yeah,
kind of stares at you like,
that was weird.
and then they leave.
Okay,
so now that Andrew has talked to every NPC on the fucking train.
So now you are in Paris. And you can see a little map of Paris there.
And just to double check, we don't have an objective in Paris itself, right?
Oh, we do. We do.
Yeah.
We're trying to find the statue.
We have an objective. It is to follow my friend Remy to the university.
Okay, wise ass. We don't have to collect anything in this city, correct?
Not anything specific. You know that there's some you know that the statue was once kept here. You know that a man named Comte Fenwick owned it. You don't know anything about him. You're not sure if any of the pieces of the statue still remain, because the statue seems to have been lost after the revolution, but you don't know. All of the information that you have is that at some time before the French Revolution, a man named Comte Fenwick owned the statue.
So should we check into our hotel and then go exploring, or what do you think? Guys?
Yeah, I mean, I guess the alternative is people dragging their bags around with them, so we should probably do that.
Right.
As you guys go and pick up your luggage, Humphrey's there and he says, "Where are you staying?"
This motherfucker.
I could just say under my breath, Nanya. I don't know. Have we actually decided, or do we have an itinerary? Because
There's a hotel on the map. We could
Yeah.
stay at.
There's a couple of hotels you could stay at. The best hotels, different ones are at different price points. I'm not, you guys can tell me what kind of hotel you want to stay at, and we can just sort of make one up. I'm not.
Just something
gonna be
comfortable,
real.
I guess.
I mean, this is all getting expensed, right?
For you, yeah.
Ebenezer's paying for everything, right?
Something
Right?
elegant.
Yeah.
Yes.
Something elegant, damn. Connor's not used to this. I was gonna say at the Motel 6, but okay. No, wait, this is France. This is the Motel 5.
Or you could say in a hostel.
L'Hotel 5.
Brian, you're being modest. Don't pretend like you haven't been studying up for this. It shows.
I have not. I don't know anything about Paris, if you can't tell.
Wherever Adam wants to stay.
How nice.
There are several nice hotels kind of in the general area. Like I said, on the map, there's a few. The Bristol Hotel, the Hotel Dufresne, the Balmoral Hotel are all right there, and those are probably pretty comfortable, to say the least.
One of those will do.
I don't think it matters. Let's just pick one.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so
We go to a hotel.
Okay. So you get there, you get situated. I guess do each one of you get your own room?
Yeah, and before I depart the train, I want to like get like a game plan with Remy of like when I'm gonna meet him. So because I don't have his number or anything.
his number.
Sure. Remy says that he'll just meet you at the library tomorrow.
At what time?
I don't know, sometime in the morning.
I'll meet him there. Okay, got it.
Yeah. So I will be there first thing in the morning.
Ah. I'll see you there then, Remy.
While he's doing that, I would like to find somewhere so I can send a telegraph.
Sure. I forgot to mention it, but you should have a telegraph, an additional telegraph waiting for you already. You should have received it before we left.
Can we say at Hotel des Chateaux?
Sure.
All right, that's where we're at, guys. Hotel des Chateaux.
What is?
Is that a real place?
I have no idea. I just made it up.
Okay. We're at the Hotel des Chateaux.
Do the rest of us have
The
a
Hotel
telegraph,
of
or
House.
just Joe?
What?
Do the rest of us have a telegraph, or just Joe?
You can place a telegraph through the hotel. Like the hotel has a
No.
has contacts that can do
I
that.
thought you said he received
They'll do that for you.
one.
Yeah. So before you guys left, Dickie received a telegraph. The rest of you did not.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. What did Dickie's telegraph say?
You should have access to it. It's under.
Okay, give me 1 second. I'm sorry.
You're good.
What is it titled?
It just says Western Union telegram, dated January, blah blah blah. I don't know if you guys can see like the little like subfolders I've put up. Oh yeah, that's right. Because Katie, you can see like Doom Train and stuff.
I see Doom Train, Newspaper 3.
Okay. Joe, it should say like Le Fleur du Mal, and then it should say like Western Union telegram under that.
Ryan.
Yeah.
I'm very impressed with the amount of work and documentation you've put into this. Job
Thank you.
well done, sir.
A lot of these are like a lot of the documents and stuff I have are like in the book, and so it's just a matter of like putting them on there and getting them to look right and everything. But it didn't take too terribly long.
No, this is very awesome. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, I like that. I like that a lot. Okay. So I send a reply. What's her name? My boss's name is Elizabeth?
Elizabeth, yeah. She's your handler.
Oh, okay. Hold on 1 second.
Like your liaison.
Like a horse kick me in the chest.
Okay. Can I get you something? There you go.
This stuff is too much. Flavor.
Just water.
Adam, I like how like all we've done this entire train trip so far is just getting drunk.
Speak for yourself. Okay. So I send a telegraph back appraising them of our newest goal and what the client has asked us to do for him.
Okay.
And I also very specifically describe the client's actions. Like, this motherfucker was not cooperative.
Yeah.
He hired us to do a job, and then he took off.
Last session, you told me that you sent a telegram
Okay, I'm
back
sorry,
to
I
them,
forgot
and no. I just assumed that you put all of that stuff in there.
Okay,
So,
I
the
would ask
telegram that I
them.
sent is like a reply to all that.
Okay, and I would ask if they could do any of that footwork for us in terms of research or looking up information about this stuff.
Gotcha. They would have said that legwork is your job.
Motherfuckers. Okay. All right, then I'm done. That's my turn, I suppose.
Okay. All right. So all of you reached the Hotel de Chateau, as we have originally named it, somewhere in downtown Paris. You each retire to your individual rooms and sort of unpack your things. Each of you, as you are removing the contents of your suitcase, you find something that you did not place there. Each one of you has a, when looking at it, looks like sort of a weirdly thick piece of paper, like maybe leather, in the bottom of your bag.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, what is this that I see in my bag?
Jesus fucking Christ, Andrew.
Okay, so Connor, you pick up the piece. Sorry. I know. You pick up the piece and you hold it in your hand. It's about yay big, not large, and like I said, it is not paper. It is oddly thick, but and
like this?
Yeah, kind of, probably about half as thick.
Can we feel any like indentations in it, like just by touching it, running our hand on it?
No, but on one side, I will say the one side is sort of kind of dried red, and on the other side, sort of like a pinkish color.
Brian, real talk. Is this human skin?
It is in fact human skin.
God damn it.
Everybody, everybody give me a sanity roll.
Son of a bitch, I already lost one.
Oh God.
Where's it at?
Where is it?
You should, let's see.
Do I press the gray square or the green square?
Oh man, I don't remember now.
Oh, that's not good for me.
I think it's the gray one. Either way, it'll do it correctly. But
I hit the green one.
Okay, hold on,
Should
let
I
me
hit
see.
the gray one?
No, that worked.
So I did.
It should be.
Oh, let me.
Okay, it's the green one. It's the green one. It's Katie. You said you did the green
Let me
one.
do the green one.
It's the green one. The green one's the easier one.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I critted that shit.
Yeah.
I'm so okay with this.
Yeah, Andrew, you've Connor has he's been in a couple fights. This isn't anything weird now. Yeah.
I keep getting the
Connor is looking at this slab of human skin from a clinical perspective. It's not bothering him at all.
Yeah, okay, I'm glad.
Hey, Brian, it's not letting me do it. Can you
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah,
roll for me?
Do I need to have a number in there for
It
current?
keeps saying syntax error, and then it's like some weird coded message.
Oh, weird.
Me too.
Okay. Let me.
I'm dissecting it. That's what I'm doing.
Oh yeah, it says that for me too. Okay, just roll a d100. just type like /roll space 1d100 and see if it's lower than your sanity. That's all you got to do.
Son of a bitch.
Ooh, buddy. I don't think so, Adam.
Yeah,
My sanity is 53.
mine's 70.
Yeah. Okay, Adam. Adam, roll a d6.
Hey, Joe,
Oh,
we
nice.
both.
The one. Oh, never mind. So Adam, you take 1 sanity damage.
So I
Do I
decrease.
roll 1 as well?
Joe, you roll. Oh, you did the slash the wrong way.
What the fuck?
That's a /. You need a /.
Yeah. Katie, you also take 1 sanity damage.
So how do
Hold on.
I
What?
how do I lower that? It just hit the arrow down?
There should be like
Oh, shit. God damn it.
I thought I passed it. It was just a hard.
Yeah, Katie passed.
You did pass it.
I got a 55.
Yeah.
My sanity's
So,
53.
do I still take sanity?
You do. Okay, so there should be under sanity. There should be 3 numbers.
Yeah.
Like Katie, yours says 65, 65, 99.
Yes.
That first number you lower to 64.
Okay.
Got it.
Joe, you were successful, yeah?
No, I rolled a 55. My sanity is 53.
Okay, so roll a d6.
Motherfuck.
I'm really glad I rolled a crit.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Okay, so
boy.
you take 3 sanity damage then.
Okay. I'm halfway there.
Okay, so written on the this bit of skin you find is a phrase in a language you are not familiar with. You have no clue what it says.
Okay. I copy it down on a piece of paper.
Yeah. The script is even unfamiliar to you. It's not, Arabic letters. Another.
Can I do like a sketch then? Like an Etch-a-Sketch? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. You can reasonably transfer the and I'll give it to you because you're crit basically. You can reasonably transfer or trace the script onto another piece of paper.
Or like a rubbing? Can you make a rubbing of it, like with paper? And...
A rubbing wouldn't work. It's not like raised. It's just written onto the skin.
Is Humphrey around?
You don't know where Humphrey is. You lost him at the train station.
Is it his skin?
But we did tell him we're at the Hotel de Chateau.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you don't know where he is though.
Okay, I think since Dickie failed so badly, he would be pounding on the door of. I'm sorry, Adam. You're a governor.
He's a city councilor.
City councilor. I think he would be pounding on Adam's door because Adam is the closest figure of authority.
Okay.
So he would just
I'm
be
also-
pounding wildly. And then
I'm also,
thrust it.
What's all that noise up there?
And I come over to open the door.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys are all in the same hallway, so.
Okay, he just thrusts it forward, and you can. It's pretty clear that Dickie is freaked out. He's like milk white and sweating.
Yeah, and I'm sick to the stomach, deer in the headlights sort of look. And so I don't say anything, but I guess we're just able to acknowledge that we've both seen, experienced the same horror.
At what point does this sanity rating start to negatively affect us, Brian?
In other occasions, if you witness things that in this case, like you just take sanity damage because you failed it. But there are other occasions where you might see something that sort of drives you a little batty, and you would be then insane, and I can make you do things.
And there's no recouping this damage.
There
Okay.
is, but it won't be till later.
Okay. All right. That's Dickie then. I guess he's done.
Okay, so you,
Noise. I'm gonna investigate all that noise in the hallway since we're in the same hallway.
Okay.
It was me. I just
Oh,
Yeah, but he doesn't know that.
okay.
I'm gonna go.
Okay,
I'm gonna
so
go down the hallway towards the noise where it was, and did y'all close the door? Is the door ajar? I know y'all are in there, so or I know at least Adam is in there.
Brian just said we were all in the same hallway. Like we're all in the hallway together.
Oh, okay.
yeah, you all got rooms that are like relatively adjacent to one another because they did it all at the same time.
Oh, I thought you meant we were standing in a circle or something.
Oh no. Like you all got your own rooms, and all the rooms are on the same hallway.
So I go investigate, and I want to like make sure everything's okay.
Yeah, I come out as well, I'm sure.
So, seeing that Connor's less troubled than we are, I asked, "Did you open your bag?"
Oh yes, I started to unpack my things, and I found something rather curious in my bag.
Well, that's one way of fucking putting it.
Yes, there's some scripture on it or something. I can't make heads or tails of it though. Do you think we should get the professor in here to maybe take a look and see if she could perhaps decipher it?
Forget the professor. I need
Can you? Who's the professor?
The Katie?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I had to step out.
Katie is a professor.
I
Yeah.
am. Can you repeat what you just said? I had to let my mom's dog was like.
I'm sorry. No, I was just telling the guys that maybe we should get you in to decipher what's on the skin bag.
Yes. So I updated my possessions, Brian. Can you look at it real fast and see if you approve?
I'll look at it in a second. You continue talking to them.
Okay. So
Oi. There, Katie. Oh, you're not. Your name's not Katie.
Zelda.
Zelda. Can you make any heads or tails of this particular scripture?
Well, the script does not look very familiar to me at all. It doesn't seem to have any roots in Greek or Latin. So
Okay.
Awesome.
Give me, Katie. You can give me an anthropology roll.
Woo! Go, Katie!
yay!
Joe, are you excited that we're making progress? Oh, we're not making progress.
You fucked up
you
the
saw it
one thing you're
before
real good at.
No, can I roll again? Can I roll my
Can I assist her?
Okay.
My language.
If you
What about my language?
if you want to, if you ever fail something, you want to roll again. You can't re-roll that sanity, but if you like fail at a task and you want to roll again, you can always push your roll. And pushing your roll always comes can come at some kind of cost if you fail. And you have to have a reasonable excuse, like why you're allowed to push it.
Okay.
There has to be some. You have to role play like how you're pushing that roll. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I don't know that I want to push this at this point, but couldn't I roll my language as well, since it's just to make sure that I don't recognize it?
Your language skill is for English, and I'll say it's a sufficiently high level that you know that this isn't English.
Okay.
Could I encourage you to remember your undergraduate classes?
You are not a linguistic anthropologist, Katie, so it has been quite some time since you've taken any language classes. That's not really your forte. So you honestly can't remember what kind of script this is, a general script family, anything like that.
Brian.
Yeah.
Can I look at all 4 skin tags and see if they are the same or are they different?
if everyone hands over their parchments, they display the same message.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, weren't you going to meet up with the French lad at the
That I was, Zelda. I could, when I go and ask Remy to peruse the library, I can see if he could perhaps recognize this particular script. Of course, that's why I wrote it down on a parchment. I don't want to take him a skin graft. A skin graft may, well, by the looks of your faces there, may unhinge. It may unhinge your stomachs.
Indeed.
Yes.
Unhinge your stomachs.
Don't question me, boy.
What the Irish say
Christ.
is how the Irish say it.
Is it? I
That
didn't
common
realize.
Irish saying, unhinge your stomachs.
Did you like that, Brian?
What does the skin look like? Does it look fresh? Does it look old? Is it tanned or is it just skinned?
No, it's
black.
Is it a brown person?
I mean tanned. Like, has it been tanned like leather?
Yeah,
Is it giving us leprosy? Can we roll for that?
It is not giving you leprosy. No, you're fine.
Wow, that's not how that
Roll
works.
your eyes like I'm supposed to know how you get leprosy. But
Don't
like,
give her
knows
shit,
that.
Mr. Unhinge your stomach.
No, it does look. It looks kind of fresh to you. I mean, fresh is relative.
So it doesn't look
like old crack leather.
I got an idea. Does it look
it
like
is.
the skin? I'm sorry?
Go for it.
Does it look like the skin from the guy that we were talking to where he got all burned and shit? Like,
Like if it's the same general color. Yeah, I mean, in a very general sense, it's the same color, but it's hard to tell just by looking at the skin who it would be from.
Okay, so is it old and cracked?
It is.
Give it a
It
breath.
is clearly an Anglo-Saxon person. Like
How do we know that? Like, how do we know it's human skin?
Human skin?
Yeah, because you know how like tattoo artists like work with pig skin.
They do?
That's true.
It looks kind of
Yeah.
like human skin.
It's
do we
possible
know?
that it is the same general like pallor as that. But I mean, unless you were familiar, you wouldn't be able to tell one way or the other.
Okay.
Okay, so it does not look like old cracked dry leather.
No, it is not. I mean, it has like a general feel of like. Your initial impression was leather, but as you looked at it, you realized like this is definitely not leathered.
Okay.
At all. Like it has not been processed or tanned in any way.
Okay, so what we should investigate.
It seems dry at this point, but not like having.
Okay, so
jerky.
We should look in. I'm wondering if we should go looking in morgues for any bodies that have been skinned, or if this is from those three guys back in the beginning.
Well, who would have placed these skin bags in our luggage?
The one on the train?
Sounds like Glengarry Glen Ross to me.
His name is Humphrey Enderley. It's not that hard to remember.
What? Do you think Humphrey had anything to do with it?
I mean, he's the only person that we encountered that would be close enough to. He came into our personal car on the train,
No,
right?
he didn't. He came into the salon car, which is a communal area.
Yeah.
Oh, and we weren't with our bags. Our bags.
Oh,
No, your bags were in the baggage car, the foregone in the back.
So I'm assuming your train's probably gone by now.
Yeah, that train has gone back. It makes very regular trips to and from Calais.
Oh no.
Well, I do have one lead. I could go and talk to Remy in the morning, and see if he would be able to recognize this particular scripture.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is most disturbing.
And with that, you guys retire for the night. You guys get some sleep, but it's uneasy.
Well, mine's okay. I'm sweet dreaming.
Yeah.
I think,
No, you're
yeah,
fine. You sleep like a baby. Everybody else, everybody
What do you
else,
call
you're a little uneasy.
yeah. I feel like Dickie would be sleeping with his gun in his hand.
Oh, I'm definitely sweet dreaming.
Okay, can we take like a couple minutes? I gotta use the
Of course.
boys' room.
All right.
Yeah, me too.
Voice.
Yay! I'm so excited.
The little keeper's room.
The little boys. Katie, while we're
Am I the
taking
only one? Am I the only one who goes while you guys are online? Like I just.
I
is
think
that
so.
just
Yeah.
me?
I think
No,
that's just
I
you.
definitely have.
So just know that
I
every time I
recently-
mute and put off the video,
I
you're there
rebuilt-
with me.
Yeah, we know what you're doing. Katie, I'm excited because Saturday is every day.
I know, and I loved your Katniss Day. I felt so dumb for not thinking.
I'm
about it,
really-
like,
Thank you. I'm so proud of it. I'm so
You're
proud of
so
Katniss
good.
Day.
I'm gonna make it a thing because I used to do Wally Quest Wednesday, but Katniss Day is pretty great.
I like Katniss Day. We should do it all the time.
We should. Andrew,
so-
you need to get a cat.
I need to. I just can't take care of animals.
No, cats are easy peasy.
No, I know they are, but like, because I could like potentially leave at any moment, like it's really
Yeah,
hard for me to justify to have a pet, unfortunately.
that's true. That's true.
But you know, it is what it is. Also, points for Danther Jr. That was awesome.
I know I'm gonna get shit from Brian for that later. Like,
I think you're just gonna get a dead cat later.
Yeah, that too. Like, there's no way that cat's gonna make it to next week or whenever we play.
That was awesome, and I love it, and that's the best.
I know. I felt like brave enough because I'm like all feverish, and I was like, "Fuck, I need a cat. I'm just gonna ask."
Yes, I agree.
Guys. Then we'll have Danther 3.
Yes, Danther 3 was going to show up.
I think you just like suffering. You just like emotional suffering.
No, I just love cats.
Katie, I'm really excited to do the next episode of our campaign, of our original campaign.
Yeah, me too. What are we gonna play?
I have to put it together. I haven't really been able to like put stuff together lately.
It's okay. I think we've all been super busy. I know I've been out of town like almost
lot.
every weekend or other weekend for my sister's wedding. Like I think we all have like a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, a lot's been going on lately, so I apologize for not being able to bring the original campaign back. But hopefully, here in the next week or so, I can cobble something together to get you guys back on track.
Yay, I'm
You have a
excited.
sister?
Me?
Yeah.
Yes. She's my younger sister. She's getting married in like 3 weeks. And
Oh, that's
she's
weird.
marrying my ex-boyfriend's best friend. My ex-boyfriend's
Wait.
one of the groomsmen.
Oh, that's weird.
Nah, I don't like it.
Yeah, Brian. It's
Cancel
like it's black tie formal, and Brian got special permission not to have to wear a tux because he's my
Nice.
date. But he also has a really nice suit that my sister's seen before, so like she's pre-approved. Everyone else
Hey,
has to
Brian.
wear a tux.
It would not happen otherwise.
I know. She probably acknowledges that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Well,
gonna,
good.
yeah, the rehearsal dinner, Joe, is gonna be at the Alamo.
Wow.
That's fucking stupid.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy next level. Like probably the nicest.
No,
wedding.
no offense to your sister. I'm sorry if that was offensive.
No. It's not what I would do at all, but it's like when her and her fiance, that's just like their level of extra,
I love
The, the literal Alamo.
Yeah, the literal
Yeah,
Alamo. Like I
Oh, that's
didn't
cool.
even book it. Like,
Does your sister's husband have a Confederate flag tattoo anywhere on his body?
Wait,
no.
do you remember the Alamo? It wasn't about the Confederacy.
No, yeah.
Okay, the kind of assholes who celebrate the Alamo are the kind of assholes who celebrate the Confederate flag. Fuck you, you're Mexican, you should know better.
Fuck you very much. I am Mexican and I do know better, okay?
I need you to turn down the sass and the red wine.
No, he's just like really proud of
Because
San
it's
Antonio.
flowing.
He's like very into San Antonio heritage, and they're very into
How
like
dare you, Joe Diaz?
all the San
Dare
Antonio
you?
stuff, not Confederate racism shit.
It's
I
very
am trying to have a conversation with my friend Katie, with whom I never get to speak. So if you could just give us a minute, wino.
I know, but no, it's not like that. But he's just like he majored in history in college, and he's like from San Antonio, and he's just very into San Antonio culture. He and
And
my
yeah,
sister
if
both
any-
are.
And if anything, as a Mexican, I am proud that we took that back from.
Jesus
Yeah.
fucking
Yes.
Christ.
From Santa Ana.
That's right.
That
That's
Okay.
right. Santa Ana did the Mexican army proud. So
Oh, yeah.
thank you very much.
I feel
Yeah.
like
Hey, what,
that was like a good thing, even though we
Wha-
lost. But
Yeah, what happened right after that, Andrew?
Shut up. We don't need to talk about that.
but Texas, it's like a Texas pride thing, like a
I know. I'm so
Texas
Texan
should
up
be
here.
its own country. Like they're very like Texas pride. They're not racist, as far as I know.
and also
I mean, my sister and I certainly weren't raised that way, and I've known Scott longer than my sister's known him. So
Oh, that's weird.
yeah, well, yeah, because he's like I've known him for like probably 15 years, and they met for the first time when my sister was like 18 on my 21st birthday. It was weird, but they didn't like get together until she was like 25.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
But
Adam,
yeah, I
what
have
is
the
your
younger sister.
favorite pre or post Confederate battle?
That's
You
a
don't
tough
have any of that
one.
left?
So many to choose from.
Right?
So many white people victories.
I
I
know.
know. It is
There's
definitely
no-
a white
to, like,
people
to bump
victory,
Peter.
but I don't think they meant it in a racist way. I think it's like the coolest place, the coolest venue you could get in San Antonio is probably the Alamo.
I've been to the Alamo.
Y'all back?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So
Not anymore.
you wake up the next morning, relatively
feel
well
refreshed.
rested.
I am
It's-
definitely well rested.
Yeah, the rest of you, it's definitely not the best night's sleep
Yeah.
you've ever had.
Can I leave?
It wasn't
5
horrible.
stars for Hotel de Chateau. 5 stars for the bed. It was lovely. It's like a Irish Spring.
Jesus fucking
There's
Christ.
definitely a comment card left on the bedside table that you can fill out.
I do
One star,
fill it out, and I
frowny
take
face,
that
human
in.
skin postcards.
I fill it out.
The
I
Hotel
take
Chateau
that.
appreciates
Human
your
skin.
comments.
No. Oh, Brian, that's a cool mug you have there with.
What mug do you have, Brian?
Oh, let's see it.
It's my mug. I'm just being facetious.
Yeah,
Is it
it's Katie's Dr. Who mug.
It's a
Dalek.
Dalek.
They're like
Oh,
Dalek
nice.
It's a
schematics.
Dalek, yeah.
I saw Doctor Who today. It was a Doctor Who with Capaldi and Arya.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Brian and I are a
She's
bit
in a couple of them.
behind.
Yeah, I watched that episode.
I'm not that
Apparently,
far behind.
Okay,
apparently
this
she's
is-
immortal or something. I never watched Doctor Who, so
Yeah.
he is.
She has a little arc where, yeah, she doesn't die.
yeah, I kind of hate her and everything about Doctor Who. But that's okay.
Andrew.
I know I'm not a Doctor Who person. It's weird.
I think it took me a little bit to get into it, but
Brian,
I
is
like
the TV month over?
it is over. Yeah. I kind of cheated. I didn't really sit with the spirit of the thing. I'll put it that way. Like, I followed my rules technically, but I didn't really follow the spirit of the thing. So, but yeah, I'm back to watching TV now. I'm trying to be a little more discerning now that I've come back to it. But saying that, I did watch the second season of Stranger Things yesterday.
The entire season.
Yeah, the whole thing. So take what you will from that.
All right. I'll leave first at first light and make my way over to the
Bibliothèque Nationale.
Nationale. I'll head there on my own. I guess. I mean, unless
You're not going to wait for everybody else?
I mean, well, shit. Did I get an invitation for everyone else?
I mean, Remy was kind of just talking to you and not everybody else. It's up to you.
Can I just? I don't know, Adam. What do you think? Like, do you think it would be okay for me to go like scout and get info and then bring it back, or do you guys want to like hang out with me while I'm waiting for this info?
I think it would be okay for you to go at it alone.
All right, I'll do it.
I can do it back at the hotel in the meantime.
And especially since like we're leaving early, because he said to be there first thing in the morning. So that's, maybe you guys are still sleeping or you're getting your continental breakfast. So
I have to say farewell to my overnight guest, so it'll take a little while.
all right. Get it. I'm so happy for you.
That's how Ebenezer likes his French girl.
Yes. So yeah, I'll head that way if nobody else objects.
All right. So it is a short walk to the Bibliothèque Nationale, and I'll let me. Here's a little.
Ooh.
Hey. Oh, it didn't show up for me.
Hey, sorry, my phone died.
I have a ground floor, upper floor.
Oh, that's why. Yeah. This is not super important, but just
Wait,
kind of
what
give you
happened,
like
Brian?
Brian?
nothing.
Hello?
Connor is going to the Bibliothèque Nationale by himself, assuming that that's fine with everyone,
Wait, why is he going by himself?
because nobody else wanted to go.
Oh.
I mean,
No, I'll go. No, my phone
Yeah, I got
died.
disconnected. I'll
Can
go.
you hear me?
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
we can hear you, Katie.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Because I just
If
keep
you
talking
guys
and
want
no
to come,
one's
you
talking
can.
to
It's
me.
first thing in the morning,
It's like-
Katie.
Yeah, like pretty early. Well, I mean, it's early-ish.
I mean, I'll go. I don't want Connor to go by himself and die like Danther. So
Yeah, Zelda, as an academic, you would feel pretty comfortable around libraries, so that's reasonable.
Yeah.
Okay, and then Dickie will go too. Okay, so the three of you, I guess, Ebenezer, you're gonna stick around.
Stick with your hussy.
What
Get another one.
wait, Ebenezer got a hussy? What?
Yeah,
What
he
did I
did.
miss? Yeah.
That's my boy. Gave him that Italian surfer.
Yeah, he improv'd it, so it happened. Yeah.
Wait, what? I literally was gone for 2 minutes trying to plug in my phone.
A lot happened.
Yeah, you snooze, you lose.
Just snoozing, because you.
Because it's the morning. Yeah.
That's true.
Oh, I'm so happy right now. Okay, so I walk that way, and then I talk that way to Remy.
Okay. Yeah, you enter the building, and the library is huge. You have never seen so many books in your life. You go into sort of this entrance room. There are and I'm hold on. I don't know any of these French words. Is part of the problem. I don't know which is the main room. So you walk into I guess like the main circulation area. There are no books in the immediate room, but in every subsequent room you see into, there are just stacks and rows and rows and rows and rows of books. It looks to you like it would take generations to read all of these. That's the number of books that they have.
So
Pretty
I
close to the entrance, kind of waiting for you by the circulation desk, for lack of a better word, is our tall, bespectacled redhead, Remy.
So I'll greet him and say, "Top of the morning to you, Remy. Wait, this is quite the sight there with all the books and whatnot."
I told you this is the greatest library in Europe.
Well, I'll be well. I'll be very inclined to agree with you there, Remy. Say we do have a few things that we're looking for. So I was
Yes,
wondering.
I see that you brought your friends.
I did. I was hoping that wasn't too much to ask of you. But before we enter, I wanted to see if you would be so kind, as a linguistics expert or a studier, a scholar. Would you be so kind as to take a look at this and see if you recognize anything? God damn, I hate myself.
I am always up for a challenge.
Oh yeah, and so I produced the parchment that I wrote down the stuff on, and to see if he, what his take is on it. A, does he recognize the script? B, or the origin, and B, can he translate it to English?
Sure.
Before
okay, so
we, yeah.
Go so he looks at the paper, kind of gives it a once over, and let me see. What is it? Yeah. So he gives it a once over and says, I don't know what it says, but I'm fairly confident in the script itself, and the way it's written, it seems. I have a friend who is better with these languages than I am.
Well,
Is he though? Is he?
Well, don't be shy. I'm sure you're very intelligent. That you could.
Oh no, I am incredibly intelligent, but we are only expert at certain families of languages, and this is not my family of expertise.
Do you think that it is Catalonian? I'm just taking a shot at the dark, Brian.
Not at all.
What?
This is not a romantic language. I could read it if it was a romantic language. And it's not Germanic at all either. This is it's definitely not Arabic. I think it is in the same family though. So I'm not sure what it says, but I have the man for you.
Okay. What is his name or her name?
Madeline.
Madeline. Oh, I love that name. It's such a lovely name.
She's a colleague. In the Sorbonne and
Stop.
Calais. I keep going German. Madeleine, yes, she knows this family of languages.
What?
So if I could take this paper, I could maybe have a translation by tomorrow.
Oh yeah, but of course, I do it in a. I do it in. I try to do Irish. I'm sorry. Do you think that I know that you were going to take a gander at some pre-French Revolution things for myself, but
sure.
My friends over here, they are quite fascinated with a couple of things. Do you think that perhaps the attendant there would be much more lenient in this particular morning, that we could peruse the your wares.
Yes, so I have discussed this with the librarians, and they have said that it is fine if I have guests, but that I am ultimately. Oh God, I'm definitely German now. That I am responsible for you.
Oi, Remy, I'm very deeply honored that you would be most gracious and magnanimous in your hosting us. Thank you so much, lad.
But of course, it is fine.
Okay.
For today, we can peruse books, and hopefully we will find what you are looking for.
Oi, I hope so. So,
what is it exactly that we are trying to find?
so for me, I am. Oh God, I'm slipping French. I'm looking for a French Revolution stuff, particularly
Okay.
pre-French Revolution. Me colleague here, Zelda, Professor Zelda, she may be interested in a particular sculptor, and me colleague over here from the Americas, I think I don't know, he might be looking for some cowboy spaghetti westerns or something to the effect.
I will strike you.
I'm just jabbing with you. Well, why don't you tell the man? Tell what Remy is. Tell Remy what you're looking for.
Please, I mean, if I have some sort of direction, I can you find whatever it is that you need.
Sorry, I'm just.
I mean, pre-revolutionary France is that's sort of a large section to look at.
Guys, I got it. I need you guys to help me out here.
General history, but
No,
I'm not sure.
Well,
I got it, and I need you guys to help me.
Yes, we're looking for a specific sculpture by a man named Comet. What was his name? Comet? Comte.
It's Comte, which is the French word for like count.
Compote.
You know I don't speak French.
It's C-U-M-T-E. Comte.
Compote.
It's not a first name. It's a title.
Okay. Comte.
Comte Fenelique. Comte Fenelique.
Yeah. Him.
But of course, Comte Fenelique.
Comet Fred. Yes.
Yes.
Alright, you say he is a sculptor, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Or a work of his, or a part of a work that could have survived.
Alright, I believe I can, let's see if we can research this Comte Fenelique. Zelda, why don't you give me a library use roll, since you were the one sort of directing me?
Yay! Zelda!
Before I forget, I know because it's been a while. If you were successful on any of your rolls before, make sure you click that check mark, that skill, so we can level that skill up.
Tonight or before?
Probably not today. I will tell you when we're going to level up each individual skill. It'll be at the end of like each module. So this will probably, like, whenever we leave France is probably when we'll level that up, and I'm pretty sure it's not going to be today.
Did you see what I rolled?
Yeah, good. Okay.
Yeah, Katie.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it takes the better part of, but with Remy's help, you begin your search looking through common references and modern histories. Interest in the period just prior to the French Revolution, looking for any reference for a Comte Fenwick. So you do an exhaustive search of popular histories and the reference books, but come up with only a vague reference to a scandal in the Queen's court that took place on the eve of the French Revolution. A man of minor nobility, a German count named Fenwick, was involved in some unspecified indiscretion with the Queen. After a palace uproar, the count was executed without trial.
Dirty.
So
Wonder
the queen of the time, which would have been Marie Antoinette.
Marie Antoinette, yeah.
Yes.
Marie Antoinette. Huh. She resembles a woman that I know.
Okay, shut up now, Andrew. We need to find a language person, like his friend, so that we can translate this note.
Okay. He gave me his name, and I already have his name. Like I could give it
That's
to
cool.
you.
Let's go do that instead of hearing you babble about Marie Antoinette.
Désolé, I will not be able to talk to Madeline until tomorrow. So.
Okay.
And yeah,
I apologize if I cannot accomplish that today.
We already had that conversation, Joe. So why don't you back the fuck off, okay?
Oh my God, I'm not hearing your commentary on Marie Antoinette. Let's move on.
Wait, but I wanted to hear it a little bit.
Adam, why are you laughing? What do you have?
I'm just back at the hotel hoping to hear about Marie Antoinette.
That's right. He's not with us. That's right.
I forgot that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you got to role play his mistress.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I'm not doing anything of the sort.
Yes.
Come
You
on.
have to.
So now you know that Count Fenwick, or somebody that was probably Count Fenwick, was involved in some kind of indiscretion with Marie Antoinette immediately prior to the French Revolution.
How long ago was that from where we are right now?
So we are in 1923. The French Revolution started in June of 1798.
Okay, so like 100 and something years.
Yeah, it was quite a long time ago. 130 years ago.
100, yeah, okay.
125 years ago.
The only thing I was going to say is that, I had a regular who came in, and she basically looked like Kirsten Dunst, who was basically trying to pass herself off as Marie Antoinette, and I was just not having it. But that was my story.
But Kirsten Dunst isn't alive yet, Andrew.
No, but that's who I was gonna describe Kirsten Dunst.
Oh, okay.
You guys, and she was passing herself off, and so it's super lame. But yeah, that's what I experienced at the pony. A real freak.
It's late in the day. Today is what, Monday the 8th?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Monday the 8th. And yeah, like I said, you guys have spent the better part of the day looking for just this one snippet of information.
We could look up other stuff though, right?
Well, sure, if you have other things to look up. Was this not adequate to your needs?
Well, we have a, I guess, no, this is plenty for this particular person. But I would like to know a little bit more about perhaps linguistics, perchance, that you would be probably more well versed in yourself. For me personally, I don't know what Professor Zelda would like to peruse, but I would like to see some linguistics, particularly for myself.
I mean, of course, it just depends on the specifics of the inquiry.
Well,
I mean, honestly, I'm sort of particularly interested in this scandal that I haven't heard of anything of the sort.
The scandal with Fenwick?
Fenwick, right? I mean, this is fascinating.
That's
Golly, I keep something into German.
it is pretty interesting. I do feel very much obliged by your kindness and your hospitality.
Of course.
Stop it, Joe. Stop it. I can see the frustration on your face, and I hate you. I can't hear. You're muted. Whatever you're saying, you're muted.
Yeah, you're muted, Joe.
Quit flattering a non-existent side character. We'll just get what we need. Jesus Christ. Stop flirting.
Remy has
flirting.
Real human feelings. Okay. So, he cares very deeply about his essays that he writes.
I'm going to ask him more about his studies and his classwork and everything. When he's expected to graduate. I'm going to carry on that conversation while Joe and Katie look through the library.
I shoot Remy.
No. Mon ami, please. I have to go to school in the morning. This has been
Mon ami? Really?
quite fun. Mon ami means my friend. If you knew any French, which supposedly you do.
I know.
I thought Mon chéri was my love, right?
That's like my sweet. Yeah.
But Mon ami is my friend, right?
Mon ami is my friend. Yeah.
Yeah. I know something.
Yeah. I apologize. I have class in the morning. Golly, that is so German.
Oh no! But of course, dear lad.
Okay, so we go back to the hotel, and Remy's gone forever. Jesus fucking Christ!
He says,
So rude.
I'm quite happy to continue to help with
I would actually like. Actually, Remy, if
it's necessary, but it will have to be tomorrow. And honestly,
no, Remy, if you could beg me this one pardon, I would like to know if I could find a history book on Constantinople.
What the fuck are you doing with your mouth right now? Jesus Christ! People can hear you.
There are plenty. Sure, there are plenty of history books on Constantinople and Turkey in general.
I would like to be able to check one out. Or look at it.
Sure. So he goes and checks out what is just like a very basic kind of rundown of like the history of Turkey and Constantinople specifically.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I'm going to need this back very soon.
Of course.
Late fees are a bitch. We understand.
No,
I simply cannot afford.
No, of course, but of course. Where can I drop it off at for you? I'm trying to get his where I guess his dorm or whatever.
There's a good chance if you come back to the library, you can find me here.
Oh, okay. Well, I was.
Or if you just return the book yourself, that would be okay as well.
Okay.
Before we go, there's the lettering. Like, can we just find a Turkish book or something? Like, there's no chance that the.
Oh, let's get a Turkish English book.
I need you to stop.
Okay. He goes. He's like, all right, they're closing, but fine. So he goes and finds just a basic English dictionary.
Thank you.
That's what you're looking for.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm looking for.
He checks that out as well.
No, I mean, I literally just want to look at it and see if there's any similarity between the characters.
Okay. If you open the dictionary, yeah, the script looks very similar, but not exact.
Well,
It's close. Like the way the letters are looped is in general the same, but and you recognize the letters, but if you try looking up any of the words, you're not really finding what you're looking for.
Okay, yeah, let's check that out too.
Okay.
yeah, stop bitching at me, Joe. I did a good thing.
Literally, all of that was my idea with just you interrupting. So stop.
All right.
Made me do no
So
clean hands.
so you take your books back to your hotel, and unless you want to do anything tonight.
I'd like to invite Remy out to a drink.
He is having none of it. He is exhausted from the day and has class in the morning.
He's lame. Yeah.
What do we have to roll to see if this is some sort of code?
That's a good question.
Like, I don't think it is, because I don't think somebody would threaten us with in code, but might as well.
Yeah, there definitely is one for it though. Let me look. I can't remember what the skills are.
Where's the baby? Where's the baby? Hi.
I mean, could we just do library use? I don't have...
Let's just say that given that you do not know the language, you wouldn't really have any ability to determine whether or not it was code.
Guys, she's waving at me.
You, like I said, as best you can tell, the letters are, or the characters, I should say, are the same as from your Turkish book, but some of the words are escaping you. If you wanted to sit down with it, you might be able to find some of the words as, but you'd have to really like go through it and spend some time with it.
Yeah, I mean, like a day or like a week or like how long?
Can we give it to Katie as the scholar?
Sure, if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Okay, so Katie, you spend the rest of your evening, and you don't have a lot of time to do it. You spend the rest of your evening trying to kind of make out the characters on your piece of parchment, shall we say.
Okay. Can she make like an assisted roll? Can I assist her with a roll or something? Like, can I add?
Yeah, I feel like there's enough room. You can kind of look over her shoulder to try and double your efforts. So, Katie, why don't you give me, and I guess we'll call this library use as well. There's no like reading roll. We'll call it library use.
Okay.
Yeah. Can I go check on Adam?
And, yeah. So, and then we'll add a D10 for Joe's assistance.
Is that add or subtract?
Subtract, I mean. Oh yeah, you fail. So you, if you want to push it, you can.
Even with Joe's assist?
Yeah, with Joe's
it was way too high. If you want to push it, you can. That's up to you.
I don't think it's worth like losing sleep and getting character like negative roll penalties over.
Me neither.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Best you can make out, one of the words is like a generic pronoun. It's like a they, or like a one. You like all you can tell is you and one, and that's all you got.
Okay, so all I can tell from a night of research, guys, is that there's a use of they and a one, like a one something, or they something.
You and Joe know that. I went to go check on my best friend Adam.
Oh, right. Okay. Sorry, Joe. You and I.
Hey.
Yeah, like I said, one of them is like a generic like they one pronoun. The other one is like a you, like a royal you.
A royal.
And that was the best you could do because that royal you is the same, but the rest of the words there you're not finding exact matches.
Okay.
I'm checking on Ebenezer, seeing if he has anything. A rally, a spritzer.
I asked how it went today, and presumably get filled in on.
Yeah, I relay everything to him. Yeah. I asked how your day was, Ebenezer.
Well, I had to make some phone calls for business and
Hi.
talk to some artists.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Adam. I just realized I forgot you weren't there. Is there anything you wanted to take care of with your day?
Well, I was thinking about putting in a call to someone at the Louvre.
Okay.
I don't want to sidetrack you from what you're doing right now, so if that's either a discussion or relevant, we can
Something that we're checking out. You should do we got our chance now. It's your turn.
Yeah, definitely. Go, Adam. Yay! So while we're at the library, meanwhile, Adam.
So, Brian, would it be reasonable for me to have any pre-established contacts in the city, or do I need to call blind?
No, yeah, I would say that you probably do know someone in the city, and I wish this system had like a contacts thing, but it doesn't. I would say just based on your character, yeah, you're probably familiar with some of the national politicians, but maybe not. And like you probably have heard of like the mayor of Paris itself, but you may have like
his name is Gillette.
His name is Jeff.
His name is Gillette.
Oh, okay.
Gillette.
I was like, his name is Jeff.
But
his name is
you probably aren't like on a first name basis with him.
Okay.
But you know Gillette. Gillette is his name.
Like a sponsor, Gillette.
Yay!
Make a call to and see if I can sweet talk my way into a curator or other person of import that could answer a few questions about what's currently in the collection.
Sure. So if you call the Louvre, you get I don't know that I necessarily want to roleplay this. So if you call the Louvre, you get the front desk.
No, roleplay it. Practice your French.
I like your French. It's good.
Your French is so much better than any of our French.
Seriously, I could barely hold out Irish. It sounds.
I'm telling you, it's very bad. Like I know that it's very
French
bad.
Classes, I don't know. It's still better.
If your question if they have any like Turkish exhibits, which is what I assume your question is.
Yeah.
They do not.
Okay.
No.
We'll save ourselves the time then.
Yeah. Is that all you wanted to accomplish?
Yeah, basically. I was kind of hoping Humphrey might answer as well. You
know.
Wait, do planes exist in the 1920s?
Yeah.
Yeah, the airplane was invented in 1903.
Okay, well then.
And biplanes were used during World War I. So they definitely had like combat airplanes at this point, yeah. And I don't know about commercial flights.
It was Amelia Earhart.
But airplanes.
Amelia Earhart.
She was just flying by, I guess.
I think Amelia Earhart was already lost at this point.
Okay.
No. No, I can't remember.
What else did you find, Adam?
My eyes really bad.
Yeah, I tried making a few calls around town to see if there were any other leads for us to chase, but to no avail.
What about your mistress?
Oh, Natalie?
We're not gonna wrap up that.
Natalie, she has a name, guys. Natalie.
Her name is
Oh yes,
Natalie.
that one.
Natalie. Okay.
Her name is
I
her
needed
mistress.
it. Was she blonde, brunette, redhead? Tell me about it, stud.
Brian would like to role play Natalie, and
I feel like I'm good. And that conversation happens, and then everyone goes to sleep.
Brian.
Natalie.
It's really hard to role play females. I can relate.
Brian, just pretend you're
Yeah.
Amelie.
Natalie is mic number 2.
You watch me on Blu-ray?
How you doing, Ebenezer?
Everyone wakes up the next day.
What are you
It's now Tuesday the 9th.
So
And
the next day, are we able to meet up with that language person?
if you wanted to go to the library, you could probably find Remy there. That's where he said he'd be.
No, yeah, we're going to go see Madeline. Madeline. Hi. Hi.
Oh my god.
Hi. Oh, we're gonna wave. We're gonna wave. Wave. Oh my god, look, she waves. I'm gonna die. she's not having it.
Nope, she's just Madeline.
She's just. She waved. She moved her arm. That counts. That counts.
She was reaching for the phone.
Yeah.
That counts. I don't care. So meet up with Madeline, which is Remy's contact, right?
Well, she's not there, but if you go to the library, Remy is. And
Remy.
he hands you back the slip of paper and says that, all right, this one, it was something of a challenge. An ancient Turkish script. But I think my friend, she has translated it for you.
So you took this parchment already tonight to Madeline, then, yeah?
Oh my god, just
I
tell us
did,
what
yeah.
it says.
What?
So, he's written on there, or rather, she's written on there. You are not permitted to deny the one who is without skin. And then underneath that, the same thing she wrote: the skinless one will not be denied.
Interesting. All that came from this parchment, then, yeah?
Yeah. So they said he says roughly this is about what he says, something like this. You are not permitted to deny the one who's without skin.
Let me ask you a question. How do you think the target view skin and tattoos of the like? Are they a very tattooed culture?
Oh, mon Dieu, I have no idea.
Oh, well.
All I have is these words. I don't know what they mean.
That's perfectly okay. It was just an innocent question.
This is not my area of expertise.
No, here are your books. I hand him his books back that we picked up for the night.
Merci beaucoup.
Oh no, yeah, Merci Bouquet. I would not like for you to have a. I'm sorry, Adam. Okay.
Amelie, that is not how you say
I did say Merci Bouquet, didn't I?
Merci Bouquet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Merci beaucoup.
I said Merci Bouquet in character, so there it is. And I hope he finds it flattering because I'm charming as shit. Okay.
He definitely does not find it flattering.
Can I roll a charm for that?
Yes.
Oh my God! Stop flirting with an NPC. It's an NPC.
No, I don't.
Nope.
No. Can I roll a charm for that, Brian?
Adam has to have an
You
NPC
cannot. He is
Aw.
as a linguist. Remy is very concerned about in French purity and stuff.
Does he know that I'm trying, though? Does he know that I'm trying?
Okay,
Yeah, but that's almost
So-
worse.
Skinless One, is that an area that we can start researching, like old gods or old, like whatever ancient culture this was that they found the
That
language
feels
of?
like Egyptian. Like
If you'd like to spend some time doing so,
Yeah, that's. I think that's
Right.
what.
I'm quite sorry. I was more than happy to work with you on one day, but two, this was not what I.
No, yeah. We certainly
Brian,
appreciate
Brian,
his time
Brian.
and all that stuff, and we should.
Yes. I will. Here's the thing for me. My time is valuable. If I were say
Brian,
how would you say it?
Brian.
Yes, of course.
Amelie.
Connor, it seems like you have something to say.
I was trying to get your attention, Brian, out of game.
Yeah.
Can I give him our next hotel of address because I'm sure we would have an.
Oh my fucking God, Andrew!
Give us a correspondence if he were to find something.
Remy does not seem inclined to continue just randomly researching this stuff.
So we
What if
should
I-
see if we can peer pressure any of Adam's connections at the museum, like if
No,
he
but-
knows anybody, or if he can.
The implication that Remy was making was that his time is valuable, and that he was happy to do a favor once, but in the future, if his services were needed, he was available
For a cost,
given compensation.
we could potentially provide? Yes.
If that was in your means, within your means, sure.
It is. It is within our means.
It's within Ebenezer's means, at least.
I'm willing to, Brian. I want to put that down, and like with the relationship that Remy and I have now, because I do like gingers. So, like, don't roll your eyes at me, Joe. So yeah, could we potentially, if he finds something else, could he send it to us in our next pit stop? You know what I mean?
I mean, if you provided me with an address, I guess. But again, I was happy to do if it was this one time.
Yeah.
But
So I give him.
in the future, I would need to be compensated for my
Yeah, I
time.
give him the address of Chateau de Milan, and that's
So
The
good.
local French hotel in Milan.
It was your name idea, you dense hoe.
The next stop for the actual train, by the way. So, like, once you get on the Orient Express in Paris, the next stop is in Lausanne, which is not Milan.
okay. Well,
So, just FYI.
Brian, do you know what I'm trying to do though?
Yes, yeah, I understand. The only problem is that once you actually board the Orient Express, you would know ahead of time that you would have accommodations on board and wouldn't need to have a hotel room in the future. So If you wanted correspondence, he could send it to the Simplin Company, and they could get it to you.
Yeah.
You wouldn't necessarily need to make future hotel accommodations
Okay.
at
That's
this
yeah.
point.
Yeah. Basically, I want him to do that.
I mean, that is fine. Again, I'm unlikely to find something on my own.
With your friend Madeline.
Madeline has already done what you have asked. I'm not sure that I
Wait, do we need? Okay,
I
hold
think
on.
my English is good, but I'm afraid I'm misunderstanding.
Okay. Sidebar. Hold on, Remy. Give me 2 seconds.
Okay.
Give me 3 steps. All right. Let me go and talk to my correspondents.
Deca.
Do we need anything from this cat that he could provide from this area to us on the train? And
What you know so far is that Comte Fenwick was involved in some kind of scandal with Marie Antoinette immediately prior to the French Revolution. That was what you found just by looking through the popular histories, general reference materials. This is a huge library. It's likely that there might be more information available. It might take more time
Okay, then
to find it.
I would absolutely like to hire Remy for that particular task. And if he finds something to send it to me on the Orient Express, however it happens. Do you know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah. The Express won't leave because there's only a couple of trains that run that route. So it's going to take a number of days. So you have some time in town.
Excellent.
He
I'll
doesn't
spend
need
the
to,
time in the library with him.
Okay. What is it that you would like to research? How much would you like to pay Remy?
I'd like to research Marie Antoinette, and I'd like to pay Remy 10%.
10% of what?
Of whatever I own, I guess. Whatever Adam owns.
You can give him some number of francs. I'll say that.
What if I pay for his? Hold on. What if I pay for his meals for the next week, or for however long we're in? Can I pay for his meals? How about that?
That would be plenty. Yes, of course.
I'll do that.
Okay. And I think if you guys pool your resources, you have probably enough to pay for all of Remy's meals for some time.
It's meager meals. Like, let's not get 4 quarters or anything. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, he's
a college student.
A little bit, but
he's a college student. I'll buy him lunch. How about that?
I will say that given y'all's like relative
hey, yeah, I had
ability to spend, he will do it for the amount that you can give him. But you wouldn't be able to buy anything else while you're here, as you continue to employ him.
That's up to you guys.
So you can pay for your accommodations, your own personal meals, and him, and nothing else.
Oh no, Adam, I would cut out your hussy.
That would probably save you.
That would be a problem.
That presumes that she's hired.
See,
oh, that's true. That's true.
yes, I have no such long-term commitment to these overnight guests, but this does seem like a rather steep price for a questionable value in return, don't you think?
Adam, we could get you somebody, or Ebenezer, we could get you somebody without having to pay for it. Let me talk to the ladies for you. Let me mix them a few drinks. It'll be all right.
I have no concern about that. I'm just wondering whether we might be wasting our money here with Remy.
That's a good question. What do you think, Zelda? Because you could just as easily research the library yourself, right?
She's not a student here. No, she can't.
No, you would not be able to access the library on your own.
Damn.
She's not a student here, and also inside.
Yeah, you are.
Remy
You were
gave
not a
us some
French
pretty valuable
citizen.
information.
You don't have access. Also, there is the small matter of, out of all of you, only Zelda knows French, and her grasp on it is tenuous. And all of these are in like old French, or a lot of the pre-revolution stuff you would be looking up is in old French. So that might be tough. You would need a translator regardless.
So yeah, what do you guys think? Is this a sound investment, or should we just hop on the train?
I wish we could bargain him down a bit.
Could I potentially like bargain with him with my charm?
I think, given his friendly relationship and general interest, anyway, he's giving you a deal.
Yeah, he is. That's fair. Up to you guys. I've done everything I could.
He gave us good information inside of 1 day. I think it's worth doing.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, I don't pony up the cash.
I will tell you that at the very least, Remy does need direction and assistance, just because there's a lot to look through. So he can make the proper translations pretty quickly. But actually, like, scouring the books is another matter.
I feel like that would be Zelda's.
What would you like to? Yeah, what would you like to research?
Could we have Zelda assist with the research for that stipulation?
No, she's going to be with us.
You can all assist if you would like.
Oh, okay.
Wait, are we or are we not having him essentially on retainer throughout the trip that we can telegraph him stuff?
Yeah.
I will say that, like I said, the actual Orient Express won't leave for a little bit. You have some time in town. So it's less that you need him to send postage about what he finds, and more that you can actually help him find it now.
Okay, well then we should research the Comte and what happened with him and the Queen.
Okay. Is there a particular direction you'd like to head in? Do you have any ideas as far as like a section you'd like to look at, or are we scouring generally for?
I think we should.
Like I said, we found.
We should probably do German nobility, huh?
Go for it.
Brian?
Yeah. So go for it. I'm sorry. Say it again.
Brian, what do we know for sure for now? And then
okay, so so far what you've learned is that Comte Fenwick was a minor German noble who, at some point in the days immediately prior to the French Revolution, so this is like the French Revolution began very soon after this incident, but that he had some sort of unspecified scandal with Marie Antoinette that caused the palace to be in an uproar for probably a short time, given that the revolution happened very soon after. You don't know what kind of scandal it was. You don't really have any idea what happened, but that at the very least the people in the palace knew about it, and that the Comte was ordered to be executed very shortly thereafter.
So I think we need to look through the records, the government records of the scandal itself, and see what came about of it. B, probably see the history of the Comte, because
so you already looked through like you already looked through like the common histories for the Comte, and that was the only mention that you found.
Okay. So it would be anything that was a special interest to Marie Antoinette, in case she would have put something somewhere that was near and dear to her heart. And then also whatever was the court rulings of the actual scandal. That would probably be, at least for me, my interest.
Okay.
Also,
Does everybody else
I
concur?
also have a affinity to turtles, so I would like to know anything.
I don't
and/or-
know that's gonna help in this case.
No,
Um,
I take that back. I take that back. Astronomy. I love astronomy too. So
That's true. Okay. If anybody would like to assist in looking in those sections, you can give me a library use roll.
okay.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes. What do you need?
Yeah, we can
Dave?
hear you.
But did we? Is there like a specific section on family trees or German nobility, or something that we could check for the comp, like more specifically, like niche subjects?
Yeah, I mean there are German genealogies available. If you would like to look at that.
I think we would like to. If you wouldn't mind rolling library use for me, I would do that.
Okay, we'll do that for you.
Just would prefer if it's on the comp.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see if library use actually works.
I had a success.
You did, but everybody else failed. You scour what you think are relevant sections. It takes you, like I said, this is a big library. It takes you most of the day to kind of look through all these books. But of relevant interest, Zelda, you eventually find a section that is dedicated to personal journals.
Okay.
And
Get it?
that's kind of where the day ends.
Okay.
So we have found a section that pertains to not autobiographies per se, but like personal diaries, personal journals.
Okay.
Okay.
Would you like to come back the next day, or would you like to call it?
You mean
I'll come back if Remy's going to be there.
He will be there. He will be there as long as he's being paid.
Okay. We can do that. Yeah.
Okay.
If somebody else wants to do something else in the city, like I know that we have a lot that's going on in the city, like the Arc de
Yeah.
Triomphe and everything.
There are other things that are available.
Yeah, if somebody else wants to go explore while we research shit, like that would be good too. I feel like myself and Zelda would be the best at the library because I have the connection with Remy and she has the
Actual library skills.
Exactly. So if Joe and Adam, if you guys could explore the city while we're here, like that would be my suggestion.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bring back to.
Okay, so those of you who go back to the library, if you'll give me another library use.
Okay. Yeah, I failed.
Oh man!
God damn it! Can I push
so close?
Can I push that roll or something with my charm?
I don't know who you would be charming.
That was right there.
Charming library use.
Like
Brian,
I said,
that was
it
right
takes
there.
it takes you all day.
That's fine.
It is like 5 minutes from closing, but you find something. It is a diary.
I check it out.
Yeah. it is so Remy pulls out, and man, he feels lucky. He pulls out the diary of Marie-Therese Louise of and I cut off her name. I had it all. Of Savoy, Princessa de Lamballe. You find that the princessa was a close confidant of Queen Marie Antoinette, and the diary contains mostly records of petty disputes and palace affairs. However, perusing the pages near the rear of the diary in the days leading up to the French Revolution, a section proves promising. The pages have been damaged by water, so some passages are illegible. But Remy managed to translate a short passage from June 1789 that refers to an incident involving a Comte Fenelchek, which I feel like you assume to be the same person as.
Yes.
So
We take it.
here is what you see.
Oh my god! I'm so excited, you guys. Yay for vacations to the library! Wait, there's something in the margins.
Yeah, I don't actually know what that says. It's French, but it's not important.
The coma? Okay. The Conte
don't
was
worry about
like a sun amongst us, shedding his light and making all rejoice in his pleasures. His feasts are said to be the most lavish, Pyrelia, and lascivious, yet seen in our city. It was then that it became apparent that much evil was afoot, and the queen became angered. The king's men did raid the house, and much was destroyed, and the count was arrested. Interesting. Diary of Marie-Therese Louise of Savoy, Princess de Lamballe. Wait, where's Antoinette? Is that not the same?
No, so she was a close confidant of Marie Antoinette.
Oh.
She, like I said, the other pages, out of them anyway, kind of detail just petty squabbles between court nobles and stuff. That's the only one that seems of interest to you at all.
Dude, I'm so excited because this means something, because it was like in Roll20, but also because I'm excited that we did something good. Yay! Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Brian. Adam, what do you think this means?
Well, am I with y'all at this point?
Oh wait, I don't know. Is it with us or not yet?
Today it was just
if you wanted to be, sure.
Oh no, he went to the Arc of Triumph or something, right?
I don't know if we had established where exactly you and I were going to.
Yeah, we established that we established that Katie and I separated from you and Joe.
Right.
That's right.
So
where?
So what did you do?
Yeah, Ebenezer and Dickie, where did you go?
I don't think we had established that yet, but Joe's typing. I'll give Joe a moment to.
Arc of Triumph. Fuck Joe, he doesn't know what he's doing.
All right, he just says go ahead. So,
Yeah.
Ebenezer, if you wanna, if you have an idea where you want to go.
Well, there didn't appear, at least not upon first conversation, to be any worthwhile leads at the Louvre, but yeah, I'd say maybe head towards the Arc de Triomphe and see whom we encounter and who I might already recognize.
Yeah.
So you go walk over to the Arc de Triomphe, and it's not far. It's literally, I mean, you're maybe a mile, so you can just walk. You walk to the Arc de Triomphe, and Paris is comparable to as busy as London is. Paris is, especially at this time, one of the most modern, busiest cities in the entire world. So you know, you have to push through crowds to get there. You pass by these exquisite little shops along the way, and you go and you and it's gorgeous. Except that there are hundreds and hundreds of people that pass by in the time that you were there, but you don't see anybody that you know. Very, very few people in a city of millions.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't familiar. Or, I mean, you have a nice time of it, but I don't know that you learn anything especially important.
Looking around the crowd, do we see anyone suspicious?
Go ahead and give me a spot hidden.
Okay. Oh yeah.
You look around, and mostly it's either tourists like yourself or French citizens. You don't really notice anybody paying any special attention to you, and you don't really notice anybody doing anything odd.
Okay. Let's walk back in the direction of the Louvre and the other museums that are nearby to it.
Okay.
Katie,
Yes.
when's the next Catterday?
The next Catterday?
Is it Monday?
Probably 6 days from now.
No, I would say Monday. I have sort of a plan since you asked. I got this really cute sweater for Wally, and I want to take a picture with him, like me in a sweater and him in a sweater for Halloween.
It's horrible. He hates it.
He loves it, and so we're
No.
gonna take it probably on Monday or Tuesday. So that'll probably be. We'll have to come up with a new name for Catterday on Tuesday.
He genuinely cannot stand that sweater.
He loves it. It has little skulls on it. It's so cute.
It's terrible.
I wanted to get one for Marlo, but Brian wouldn't allow it.
He wouldn't do it.
And so I said, okay, Marlo was super jealous though. Marlo wanted one.
So Ebenezer and Dickie, if nothing else, you guys spend the day sightseeing.
Yeah, I was looking for the. Is it possible to pull up the other maps that you had in the back?
Oh yeah. Which one do you want to look at? City one.
The Louvre. The Louvre.
Louvre.
I think that Bridges. I'm sorry, Joe. You can put us on mute if you need to. So, anyways, guys, I think that Bridget. Shut up, Joe. I'm gonna chew on Brian. Okay.
Oh my God! Fuck you! I'm talking to my daughter.
I'm not talking to you then. All right. So I think that bridges are really romantic, especially when you put the little lock.
I was gonna say you go to that one that you put the locks on, and it's real sweet and everything.
And you've got your initials.
Do you put one on there for you and Remy?
Rude? No, that's rude.
Adam can put one, or Ebenezer can put one on for him and Amelie.
Not Natalie. Yes.
What about you, Zelda? Who are you seeing, Zelda?
The only person I'm seeing right now is my book.
We're getting into everyone's personal business on this trip.
That sounds like an anthropologist, honestly.
Yeah. And my cat. That's why I brought my cat.
We're getting it's everyone's business.
Okay. If nothing else, you guys, like I said, spend the day sightseeing and don't find anything of particular interest. So now we are in January 10th, which is Wednesday. if you guys would like to go back to the library, that's fine. I'm sorry, Joe. Joe, what was your thing?
Yeah, what's your thing, Joe?
Use Politicast to ask for favor of any subject relevant to scholars in the museums. Glad hand them and all that. Could go back to the Louvre. Spelling.
Yeah, I assume that's what he's referring to. Yeah, so I guess my idea for walking back to the Louvre was to see if we could try again to talk to anyone I knew.
God damn it, she is not tired.
Previous,
She was almost asleep, and then I put her down and she was
previous public arts project back in London. And we had a Parisian artist at that time that came and helped us.
Oh.
Paris, but I'm just wondering whether through that connection there's anybody.
I'm out of wine.
DMs around the garden that I can.
So you go back to the Louvre, and
okay, she's not going to fucking sleep. Can you hear me?
Yes,
I can.
It doesn't necessarily like if we've already done this at the Louvre, it could be somewhere else. Like, are there any specific German museums or German? I don't even know.
There's
fucking...
Gareth Nord.
No, there are not. Like I say, if you go back to the Louvre, you can talk to a curator, given your connections, but there simply aren't any German or Turkish exhibits. There's, I mean, you can go see the Mona Lisa, and that's fun. But
what if we go? What if we go to the catacombs?
Okay.
We could go to the catacombs, you guys.
What the fuck are we gonna do in the catacombs?
So that is
Marie Antoinette's catacomb.
Having a rich cultural experience at the Louvre takes the rest of your day. So it's now Wednesday the 10th. What would you like to do?
We could go to Versailles.
Ooh, the Treaty of Versailles.
I ordered it.
No, the actual Versailles Palace, because that's where Marie Antoinette and Louis the 16th or 16th lived right before the French Revolution.
Let's do that. Can we do that, Brian?
You can if you want.
Does that sound like totally not make sense? I mean, they lived there. There might be artifacts.
Is it feasible?
I will say this: if you go, it would be reasonable to expect that if you went there, you would get the traditional treatment. You could have a tour, but it's
it doesn't sound like it would meet our specific needs.
Backstage. Yeah, you're not going to be able to go backstage and see anything that the general public wouldn't be able to.
Okay, so let's stay where we're at Hotel del Chateau, and let's think.
So where else could we find scholars? They're not at the museum. They've already found what they could find at the university library.
What is Gare Saint Lazare?
I don't know. I have no idea what that is.
Oh, what is Jardin de Luxembourg?
It's a garden. It's a really pretty garden.
Okay, what is Cemetery?
But there are sculptures there.
Where are you getting
That's
these from?
cemetery.
What is Cemetery
They're on the
de
map.
Montparnasse?
That's
Where are you getting
the
from?
Montmartre cemetery.
Brian, there are sculptures in the Luxembourg Garden.
Yeah. I will say just because you can go to these places doesn't mean that I have anything planned with those places.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Because I've actually been there and there are sculptures, so I thought maybe you might.
I mean,
you
honestly,
can go.
I don't know
there
what else
are.
to do.
That's fine. Okay. Let me see if I can. Okay. So what you know so far, I will go ahead and tell you that sometimes library research is an exhausting process, and sometimes very lengthy. But you can always find new avenues.
Oh, we can go to Moulin Rouge.
Every new piece of information can elucidate greater findings.
I'm going to spend my day at the library.
Okay. Does anyone else go to the library?
To pick up girls, sure.
Okay. Is there anything in particular you'd like to research? So what you know so far is what you have been given based on the diary you found. You know that King's men raided the house and arrested the Comte. You know a little bit about the scandal. Remy is there at your service because you have paid him, and he's willing to answer questions if you have them.
I asked Remy a question.
What is the question?
I asked him.
He knows the library pretty inside and out. If you have a question about where to find a particular topic, he can answer that too.
I would like to know if there are any ancient Turkish fire rites.
Okay.
RITES.
All right, give me a library use.
I already did and I failed. Wait.
Okay. Remy doesn't find anything about that. The library is pretty slim when it comes to anything.
Can I try again? Can I try again?
I mean, if you have a reasonable reason why you could push the roll, sure.
What about these four?
I mean, I've got shit for that, so.
Like, if you come up with a reason, like why you would, what you would be doing better.
I really don't. It would just be being.
But unless you have something else to go on. No.
I don't. It would just be me going, like, digging through more books. So that's not a. It's not a push.
Yeah. I mean, you could say that. Like, probably not then.
Yeah. I mean, unless Zelda was with me.
Didn't I go with you?
You can have. Is there anything in particular you'd like to look up? We can keep searching journals. We can.
Can we look at like ritualistic cultures?
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, there are plenty of books about, and honestly, you probably know half of what the library has to say, given your degree of knowledge about anthropology.
Yeah, but if I wanted to look more into like maybe like more local European ritualistic cultures that dated back to around the time of the French Revolution, ones that still existed, like the kind of
sure.
like
I mean,
pagan rituals that existed around that time.
Yeah, there's you find quite a number of books about that subject. Is there anything specific you'd like to look up?
I mean, anything to do with burning skin or like fire sacrifice or removing of skin flame.
Sure. All right, go ahead and give me a library use then.
Okay.
Ooh. So you glance through the anthropology.
Brian, couldn't I roll anthropology for that?
Sure, I will allow you to do that. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna roll anthropology.
Yeah, we could say this is like your push. Okay. So you dig through the anthropology section, a lot of which you have personally read, and you find quite a few rituals that involve consuming human flesh. You find some stuff about Native American cultures consuming human flesh to gain their power. You find some rituals from Eastern Europe that involve flaying flesh, but nothing that connects to what you were looking for. No references to anyone called like the Skinless One. Nothing quite like that.
Could we look up like Arabic cultures involved?
You
in this
did
kind of-
you did that.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about,
Okay, Brian, would it be? Oh, I'm sorry, Katie. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. I don't know why I feel like this is like related to Egyptian. I don't know if it's because it was like the symbols we couldn't read, and I have like cuneiform stuck in my head.
Yeah. Hieroglyphs are very different.
Yeah. I thought I'd throw it out there.
Yeah, from what Remy said, he said that Madeline said that the script you found was like an old, sort of ancient Turkish dialect. So it was Turkish, not any other particular culture. But the reason you couldn't find good matches was because it wasn't modern Turkish. It was like sort of an old Turkish.
But like
script.
the Turkish people like invaded Spain and like all into Morocco and all that area, so it's logical to assume like the Jews.
Sure, that was well before when we're talking about now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't really find anything
Okay. All right.
relevant. It was worth a shot.
Yeah.
Joe, what were you gonna say?
Would it?
You can keep scanning journals if you would like.
Would it be too much of a metagame to be like, all right, well, we need to start looking into some occult shit?
No.
'Cause I know-
You have a pretty good sense that that's kind of the direction you're heading in general.
Yeah, because I
Okay.
was looking up rituals, Joe. So I think it would make sense to kind of push it farther.
Yeah, that's. I don't feel like at this point that's metagaming at all.
Okay, well, I mean, I don't think any of us have. I certainly don't have anything in Cthulhu mythos knowledge.
No,
But,
no one does. Yeah.
Nobody does.
I guess.
Like I said,
So-
if you wanted to try and look that kind of thing up, again, you can give me library use. That's sort of where we're at.
Okay. Well, I was almost considering going to somewhere that is less scholastically reputable, like to just try and find not like a witch doctor, but like something that might not be held as in high esteem by
Okay.
common scholars.
Sure.
Yeah.
And like, not like a rare bookstore, but just like a.
I mean, we could look into like mysticism that exists in the area, like tarot readers or like palm readers or places like that I'm sure existed in Paris, like maybe
Like-
in less reputable parts of town.
I'm almost
Where
thinking
You
like
might
we
get
need to
that
look
kind of thing.
for. I'm almost to the point where it's like maybe we could look at churches, like to see what kind of things they've been combating over the years. Like what
I don't
kind
know.
of-
Adam, what do you think we should look at?
I like the direction Joe's headed down. We are, of course, pretty close to Notre Dame, among other places. Notre Dame. I mean,
like church scholars. Like, are there any? Are there
Yeah,
any
we can see
libraries?
if they're having any
Here's
problems
what,
with anti-religious.
Give me 1 second. Let me look up something real quick. I can't remember what the. There's a mechanic in this game that allows you to like have ideas. I don't remember what. Shit, sorry. Okay, here's what I'll say. You have not done search of the journals section if you would like to keep looking through them.
Journals? Wait, I thought we looked at journals.
You did, but you stopped when you found something relevant.
Isn't that the goal?
Sure.
That's
But
clearly not what he's implying, though,
sometimes
so let's continue.
sometimes there is more than one journal that would be helpful.
All right, so then, whose journals? Okay, we found that her friends. So let's continue looking. Let's look for any personal journals by Marie Antoinette or the Comte, or anyone who was in the court at that time.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a library use then.
Can
Katie, you already used
someone
yours
else
for
do
the
it?
day.
Katie.
Yeah. Katie's already done it for the day. She used
I've got
hers
21.
to-
Okay, well, fuck it then.
I'll try it.
Fuck.
I failed.
Hold on now.
Wait, I didn't go. Actually, hold on. Let me try again. What was Joe's? Connor. Library.
Hey. So as you continue to search the that section, you do come across
I found
another
something too. No,
journal.
that was Adam.
Yep, it's just Adam. So if you continue to research the Queen's known associates, you turn up the journal of Dr. Lucien Rigault, the physician to Marie Antoinette. The journal mentions the incident, but doesn't have any specific details. The entry, or several days later, fruitful. Here's what Dr. Rigault had to say.
Oh shit! There's a note. Hold on.
What's Charrington?
Charrington, you don't know. If you would like to ask someone, that's fine.
Ask Remy.
Yeah, that's what we're paying him for, right?
All right. If you ask Remy about Charrington, he
Or Madeline. Could I
you
charm
don't
him
actually know
into?
Madeline.
Could I charm him into like giving us another favor?
We're paying.
Probably not. He's yeah.
I could try.
So if you
just tell him what to do.
You can look
You're
up-
paying him money.
Yeah, if you wanted to look up Charrington specifically, that would probably be pretty easy if you want to give me another library use. Somebody who hasn't done that today.
Yeah.
You've already done it today, Kay?
Yeah, I've already done it.
So have I. I think
So,
we all
Joe,
have.
you're the only one. Joe, if you wanted to look up Charrington.
I just went and failed.
No, yeah, Gel. Yeah, I think
Oh, you
all of us
already
have.
Okay.
Can we all do it again?
Oh, so
Not today. So you've sort of exhausted your brains for the day. And if you wanted to come back tomorrow, you could try and look up Charrington.
out of character. I've got to leave the house in a few minutes.
Yeah, I have to pee like real bad. So we might leave it right there.
Yeah, I think that's good.
So we have discovered that something. I'll tell you. So you go the next day and you look up Charrington and you find that Charrington is a city. It is a place pretty close to and very famously, there was an asylum at Charenton. The asylum still exists, still protecting the sane from the insane, and vice versa. It is. So you, if you were to, and let's just say you, for brevity's sake, you do so. Oh no, okay. Well, yeah, let's just say that's what you find. So Charenton is the location of a very famous asylum that is still standing. And, given that information, I think we'll call it there.
Good. Yeah, it's a good stopping point. Good job, Brian.
Yeah.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you. I know this week was a lot of visiting the library. But sometimes in Call of Cthulhu, that's what you do. You go to the library.
Hey, I'm just glad I made friends with the guy at the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remy's a lot of fun. I have a lot of fun with Humphrey, and I have a feeling you'll be seeing him again.
Humphrey Hinderly.
Oh yeah, Humphreys.
Yeah, because he is also making his way to Constantinople, such as yourselves. So I have a pretty solid feeling you'll be seeing him again.
Yeah.
I'm actually pretty solidly prepared for the next one already, because I wasn't sure how far we would get. We do this again pretty soon, if you guys would like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got my exam on Tuesday.
Yeah, I will email my schedule out. Is that cool if I just send my email?
Yeah.
Or in the Facebook?
Please do. I should be mostly pretty good. Especially like on weekends. Sundays are always super good. We can always do this again. Like
I'm good. I'm
next
good every
Sunday
except for the November 5th and the November 19th. Brian and I will be out of town that weekend.
Yeah, for the wedding.
Yeah. Which I guess we
This is November 5th next
we
week.
can still do it that Sunday because we're coming back that day. So yeah, we could still do it that Sunday too.
Yeah, on the 7th.
Yeah, man. I'm down.
Yeah, we could do that. That would be good. Like I said, I'm already pretty prepared for it because I wasn't sure how far we'd get. So I'll send another invite if we're all good with that, and we can talk about it and figure it out.
Cool.
Sounds good.
I'm hoping. I think I feel like this one went a little bit better than last time. Like I said, I'm just exactly how much leeway to give you guys. And I with the exception of like the very end there, I feel like that one went pretty okay. I think the maps helped. Luckily, I managed to find like the handout section for like another version of the game that has like better maps than the version that I have. And I think that worked out pretty good.
Yeah. No, you did a great job, man. Like,
thank you.
I can speak from personal experience.
Yeah, it can be tough. There's hopefully there'll be a lot of new characters next time. So
it's tough
from between now and then because there's going to be a lot of French people.
No,
so.
Yeah, it's good. Better than my Irish. Honestly, everybody from a scale of 1 to 10, tell me how the Irish was.
-7.
I'm terrible. I'm terrible. I can never comment. I am so bad at accents.
Adam, what do you think?
Well, Tim compared to how I would do, but objectively, I'd say it started at 6 and kind of worked its way down throughout the course of the afternoon.
Brian, what do you think?
I'd say from a scale of 1 to 10, we've got about I don't have a good joke here.
Like a 4. It's like
I wish I did. I was gonna say a bad Kelly McDonald, but I don't know that anybody knows who Kelly McDonald is. So we'll leave it at that. Okay, I have to be like real bad, so I'm gonna go.
All right.
All right, yo. Good game. Talk to y'all
I'll
soon.
talk
See you later.
Bye, Adam. Katie.
Andrew.
Yay! Oh my God, we should do cats.
I know. Will you Facebook, or I guess you have my phone number. Text me your address. I need to send you something.
Okay, I will text you my address because I will text it to you. I love cats and I love Catterday and I love you and I'm so glad we got a chance to do this again. I really missed you guys.
We miss you too. Hey, I'm gonna be in DC in February.
I will be here.
We need to hang out. Yeah, I think it's like the weekend before. I can just look it up real quick, or I'll text you.
Yeah, just text me and let me know when you're here and I'll make time to go and see you and it'll be fun. Just like last time. We had a lot of fun last time.
I know we did. We had so much fun. Yeah, no, I really wanted to come and hopefully see snow. I love snow, so I always I tried to come like last year when I came in January. I was really hoping for snow, and there was no snow. So hopefully
no
February I'll get some snow.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, no, whenever you're in town, let me know and we'll hang out as long as I'm around. So it sounds like a lot of fun.
Yes, will do for sure. All right.
I'm glad you brought back Danther Jr.
Me too.
It's so funny. I hope you talked to Brian about it.
I'm sure he's gonna give me shame for it. I'm gonna call him right after I get off of here, and I'll be like, "How much did I derail the game this time, Brian?"
No, I think you did a really good job. Actually, I think that it was really good. It was funny. Yeah, I think it was good all around.
Yeah, I could have done better, but I wasn't like on my best game today because I'm not feeling great. But next time, I feel like I'll be very helpful.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you have a good night.
You too. Bye.
All right. Bye.